Welcome back to the transfer special. This is the deadline day one, the last ever one so far in this window. I'm joined by Patrick, and I'm also going to be joined by Nick and T to discuss all our latest business, do a little Palace quiz, just have a bit of fun. I don't know how we're going to do this for half an hour, not half an hour, for 3 hours, but we're going to try it. Yeah, we're going to try to do it. We're going to try to talk about Palace transfers, literally like the worst window for us because there isn't much happening, is there, Patrick? But before we start, as always, if you do enjoy it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And later on in the show, as I've said, we'll be having a little fun and little quiz and also talking about our business so far. But before we do that, let's read, thanks to everyone who's joined us. Let's read out some comments that were posted before we even went live. So there were people waiting for us. CJ said, can't wait. So let's start with Erin. Erin says, we had JP anyway, not really surprised he stayed and has always got turned down by the top names, and now we've recruited another championship player who's showing signs of potential. So Patrick, you nodded you're not happy with that comment. Go on, start it off.
It's not that. I mean, I don't know. Again, what do the people expect us to do this window? We obviously know we don't have any massive needs. So when the rumors started, first it was like, it was Ramsey first, right? Then it was Van der Beek, then it was Dele Alli today. I mean, why would you? I mean, I know you're not gonna get into this later on, but I don't think any of those three are gonna make a difference. If they were permanent signings, I would be more inclined to say, yeah, let's do it. You know, it's good for the future. But Van der Beek was gonna be a loan. So was Dele Alli, and Ramsey would have cost us too much money, and he's back end of his career. So for me, I didn't see the point. I actually like the idea of going down and getting a player that played from Derby, Plange, sorry, because I saw him play yesterday, for Derby. He's a young player at the Arsenal Academy. And we've obviously proven that's what we're best at. I mean, Gahey basically came from the Championship. Gallagher played for Swansea at some point. We got obviously Eze and Olise from the Championship. That's our model. So I don't see what the problem is. I like it. So again, I wouldn't have wanted to spend money on a bunch of players that we don't really need. And getting JP in on the permanent is a great deal. We cut the price almost in half. So I've got no problem. Again, and I've said it a million times on these shows. This window is the worst window to get players on a bargain. Look at Newcastle. They're just bunking money all over the place, seriously. Yeah, so it's madness. Ridiculous. It's madness. It's a mad window. It's a mad window.
And also, if you look at our business so far, just forget about this window for a second. We've spent good money this whole season. Around around if the JP rumors do happen, and also if we do get Plange as well, that's going to be around £75 million. Reportedly
for Palace,
which is a lot of money for Palace.
Exactly.
I mean, we haven't got the money like Newcastle, so that's a lot of money. But look, we're going to be talking about the individual players in more depth, and also talking about Van der Beek and what went wrong and everything else in more detail. Let's just run through more comments. Lossa says, "I'm tired of this club. Why can't we ain't like a big club losing out for a player to Everton?"
That's funny. That's very funny.
I think it's a bit more complicated than just. First of all, Everton's not a small club.
They're not. They're not.
They have done bad this season, but Everton is a pretty big club, so it's not like we lost out to, for example, against Norwich or a Championship club. And second of all, there's more to it than just he just chose Everton over Palace, and you know. There's the business side of it. There were reports about Van der Beek. We can quickly start it. There were reports saying that Palace were reportedly about to cover only 85% of his salary.
Right.
Yeah. And then what Everton wanted is his full salary. They said we'll cover his full salary. So I guess Van der Beek, I heard that his missus is pregnant as well.
Exactly. The travel would have been a problem down to London. Exactly. So
exactly. Right. So it's going to be closer to home. And also Everton are going to be, it's not like Van der Beek wasn't going to get paid. Man United would pay the rest of his money. But, you know, it made more sense financially for Van der Beek to go and join Everton. And that's what he done. But then again, there's another player that was rumoured to join Palace, which was Dele Alli. And, you know, Van der Beek and Dele Alli both going Everton at the same time. Are they both going to get the game time? Oh, is one of them going to regret it in a few months' time? Saying, what am I doing here on the bench? We'll see. Richard said good evening. Good evening to you as well. Good evening to everyone who joined us. Brad says we will deal with transfers in the summer. Let's get the cup win and 6 points.
Yes, there you go, Brad. I like that.
Yeah. Lil Maury says Mateta will be a good signing in the summer. We need a CDM. We got CJ saying same old Palace. We will wait near to 11th hour to sign anyone. So yes, look, nothing's been confirmed yet. Which is kind of funny. Even though the reports are saying it's pretty much done. And even the JP situation, about 99%, according to Michael Bridge, who's very reputable at Palace, that is done. But nothing has actually been on paper.
Right.
We haven't seen the video yet. We haven't seen the video, which we haven't seen this whole window for players coming in. So I want to see the incoming video before we do end the stream today. Simon Mateta, 12 million or less for a bargain striker these days. Matt says we all talked about not needing anyone at the start of January, so no need to be annoyed. We made good signings in the Championship and Mateta too. Chris says extremely disappointed we didn't get Van der Beek over the line. Oliver says boo boo boo. Mateta's in my room. The striker better. I need to get across that song. I've seen it on Twitter, but I need to. Yeah, man. In fact, today we'll probably do a single along as well. Why not? Because we're gonna have 3 hours just to waste. Nick.
Hey, can you hear me?
Oh yes,
yes, we can hear you.
Excellent. Here we are.
Nice and loud. Yeah.
No, cool. I've got my PC's about 9 years old. It's about time I replaced it. I mean, if you plug more than 2 USBs in it, it fails. How we doing?
Yeah, we're doing good. We're just going through some comments. We'll talk about our general feelings on the transfer window and individual players in a bit. I just thought let me quickly catch up on some comments. R says baffled how excited people were getting about Van der Beek. Did precisely fuck all at United.
There you go.
Personally, I think it's far too lightweight for this league. Patrick, don't say here we go when you want a Van der Beek at this team.
No. I clearly said where is he going to play? Where is he going to play?
Sellers.
Oh, good point.
Nick, we're not doing these jokes for 3 hours.
We might as well. Might as well.
I don't know. It depends. We might end it sooner if you keep making them jokes. It'll be less than 3 hours. But he would have started in our midfield. Come on, Patrick. Let's not do this. Van der Beek would have started for Palace. We had a spot for him. There was that talk whether we should sign him because we got Eze and. What's the point? Because, as I've said, we've got players that can play in Van der Beek's role. But Van der Beek was a Ballon d'Or nominated player. Not saying that he was going to win a Ballon d'Or, but he was very highly rated. And he hasn't had the opportunity at Man United. So at Palace, we cannot sit here and say that I would love to have Van der Beek and Dele Alli.
Okay, you're missing my point. I didn't say he's not a very good player. Of course he is. I watched him play at Ajax. I remember him being outside with, by the way, Gyro. The point being, though, where is he going to play? If you watch some videos, if you know how he plays, he's a number 8 into a Galaxy, or he's a number 10. We don't use a number 10. So to me, he wouldn't have fit into the system unless Vieira changed the system totally. He doesn't fit into our system. What someone said in the chat said, we need a CDM. We need someone to go in for Kouyate's role, give Gallagher's freedom again, and give Hughes the chance to go back and forth. To have him play, we've changed up our whole style. And to me, he's a great passer of the ball, but we did change our style. So that's my only point. I'm not saying he's not a good player. I'm saying I don't know how he would really fit in because the way he plays as an 8 or a 10 doesn't fit our style. And yes, he would definitely take minutes away from Eze. I don't want that. So there you go.
Yeah. So Matt says people were saying Derby can't get players in, even loan. So would they be able to take Plange back on loan? According to the reports, yes. It sounds confusing, but yes, they will be able to. Apparently, the EFL have given them the permission to take him back out on loan. I don't even understand what's the point of having rules nowadays, but it'll be good for us, I guess, because he can go develop there. But then again, if you have a transfer, I don't know what they're thinking. But before we move on, let's get the full squad here. Tease is here as well. T, what's going on?
Super subs here. Hello, super sub.
Damn. I love it. What's going on, fellas?
Yeah, good. We're just talking. We're going through some comments, and as always, Patrick is talk about Van der Beek and just down credit to them. Say where would you fit in?
All of the Everton cynicism.
All of it. All that fire today. All that fire. Trust me. All of it.
Van der Beek is a Will Who's wannabe anyway. So
thank you, Oliver. I agree.
No, he ain't. Well, if you want to do that now, we join Everton. We can.
I love it.
We got. There's some interesting shouts there. Brennan Johnson and Dej Spence.
Yeah,
he was actually rumored to join. Maybe Arsenal was it? He was.
Yep, it was Arsenal.
Forest would be amazing. Talking about right backs. That's in general. We weren't rumored to actually go and bring in any right backs in this window. What do you think about our situation at this current moment of time? We've got Joel Ward there, Nathaniel Klein there, and Nathan Ferguson, who can also play in centre half and as a left back. Do we think we need to desperately look at right back come summer if Nathan Ferguson doesn't get opportunities?
Perhaps, but Nathan Ferguson is doing well for the under-23s now. He nearly played the whole 90. I think he might have done against Liverpool. Did really well. We don't need it right now, though, but perhaps in the summer. Look, January transfer window, apart from that time when we had Ian Holloway as manager, where he went all scattergun crazy, when have we actually really needed, or when have we actually got out and bought loads of players in January? It's not usual for Paris to do that. So I'm not expecting much to that. It was a striker we bought that year at 2 minutes past 11. Patrick, you'll remember. We sat up all night. And it was, I think he only played one game, but he came from the third division or second division. He wasn't all that.
Don't remember, honestly.
Yeah, he doesn't remember. You just said Patrick will remember.
Yeah, exactly.
Patrick hasn't got a clue what you're talking about.
Sorry.
T, do you see Nathan Ferguson getting opportunities in the coming weeks?
I think I think that this time is really what it's for. I think between now and the end of the season is kind of like that audition of sorts for him to see what we have in him and what he could be. And then I feel like if things don't work out or he doesn't seem like he's going to have the potential to be what we need him to be at the Premier League level, then maybe we do go looking in the summer.
Yeah. So let's read some more comments. Paying all that money for Van de Beek on loan for 6 months was absolutely crazy. So glad we didn't sign him.
Thank you.
There is that view. There is that view as well. But then again, if you pay that much money, if you pay £6 million, but Van de Beek goes and wins you games, and you go up the table, then you can easily get return on your investment that quickly. So there's the other side of it as well. It's not just we're paying £6 million.
Was £6 million for 6 months? Is that what it was?
No, I'm just saying, like, hypothetically, like, if we were to pay, for example, I doubt it would be higher than $6 million.
Yeah, I mean, he'd have to. I mean, just thinking about it, like if we were going to make that move, he's got to be playing day in, day out. Like you can't not have him really out. Like he's got to be in there playing that often. I mean, to cover the wage, to pay the fee and everything, he's got to be an integral part of what you're doing.
Yeah. So Austin says we're signing Plange. Will we move on from Benteke after the season? So technically today we might be signing 2 strikers on a permanent deal. It hasn't been confirmed yet. Hopefully it will be confirmed whilst we are live. But what does this mean for Benteke going forward? He really hasn't had that many opportunities recently. I still personally feel like with the Mateta situation, we're going to get into it. Maybe we are rushing it a bit too quickly. I'm not too sure. But for Benteke, do you think he has a future at the club? He was linked with Burnley as well in this window, but we didn't want to sell him. And Vieira was happy with him staying at the club. And Benteke has said it numerous amount of times that he's happy in London. His family settles as well. But going forward in the summer, do we expect Benteke to be still at the club?
I don't see why we get rid of him at this point. I mean, there are rumors that Kouyaté is going to be leaving at the end of the season. The contract's up. He's going to, I guess, somewhere in the Middle East to play, which makes sense for him, being that he's 6 months into his contract. I don't think that Benteke probably has a future after this season. I guess it really depends on the contract situation. I'm not really sure. Is he signed through next season, or is this the last year?
Through next season.
Next season as well.
Yeah.
Then I would say we would keep him for next year, at least until this window a year from now. And a year from now, if we feel like we can get rid of him and get some money for him, we get rid of him then. But I don't see why we get rid of him now. I mean, I think he's an integral part of our 3 striker prong with Mateta, Edouard, and himself, and I think he's doing pretty well. You're right, he hasn't got a lot of look in lately. I think we should give him more of a chance going forward, depending on the opposition. But again, I have no problem keeping him. I think Benteke is a valuable player for us right now.
Yeah. I've been surprised, to be fair, because he actually started the season off well. So it's just happened out of nowhere that Benteke is now not getting the opportunity that he was getting before. Maybe that, well, of course, JP has had a say in that because he's been on form, but still, Benteke, I think he should definitely get more opportunities going forward till the summer at least. Tristan says Benteke is a baller. And he also it makes a very good comment. We need Raksaki in the starting 11. He has so much potential. So Raksaki, it seemed like he's staying at the club so far. There hasn't been any reports of him leaving, going out on loan. There has been, of course, some departures, mainly all academy players actually leaving the club. But for Raksaki, I rate him highly. I've rated him highly when in the summer, when he showed us what he can do in pre-season. And I knew that he wouldn't get the opportunities because of what we have with Elise and Jordan Ayew there. But Raksaki, how do we integrate him into this Palace side? Is it just a waiting game for him to be part of the squad? Because I genuinely believe, Patrick, you know this, and you can back me up. Solly Kaikai, lots of people, including yourself, did hype him up and did say he will be this, he'll be that. I never thought that. I don't hype up academy players for the sake of hyping them up. If they have genuine talent and if I believe that they can do it, then they can. For me, Raksaki is one of them. I'm not saying let's play Raksaki because he's a Palace Academy player. I'm saying let's play Raksaki because I genuinely think that he can have a massive contribution to the team. So Raksaki going forward, what do we expect? He didn't really have any opportunities. He didn't have any opportunities in this month, which I thought he might do, maybe coming off the bench, considering that Wilf and Ayew was gone. And now that they're going to be back, I don't really see Raksaki having any spot in the starting 11, let alone the squad. So what's going to...
Well, the Atkins and Stanley were in for him, and we've said no, so he must be featuring in Vieira's plans. Must be. Unless they're looking at that under-23 league and thinking, well, we want to go for that, so we need to keep the good players. I don't know whether there's any financial rewards for winning that league or going up or whatever, promotion to League One in the under-23s. Who knows? It must be frustrating for the youth managers or the reserve team managers to have their players go out on loan when they're doing so well. But Raksaki, he's one for the future. And let's be honest, Elise and Eze, who have both been playing out on the wings, and Edouard have both been playing out on the wings, they look genuinely wingers. They're better off playing in the middle. And, perversely, it's like we're saying a good number 10. We were saying, well, Dele Alli is a good number 10 just behind the striker, but teams don't really use that so much now. But I still think that Elise and Eze will be better in the middle, and then we could use Raksaki. We've got a squad that's big enough now to actually bring on players to change games. We never had that before. We'd only bring on players if there was a need for it. And going back to that striker who I can remember, Patrick, Kevin Doyle.
Oh, super Kevin Doyle.
Kevin Doyle.
Yeah, super Kevin Doyle.
Who on earth remembers? Why is Kevin Doyle in your head and you forget about all the other players? But you remember Kevin Doyle.
Transfer window, man.
Nick been around for a long time now.
Yeah, thank you. Not with Patrick, but I've been around a long time.
No, but
it's going to be on American football as it goes. He's been a wise teacher because I've got into that this year.
Yeah.
We had a good, interesting Twitter chat about overtime last night, but when it gets quieter later, maybe we can move on to that.
I want to hop back to the Benteke thing real quick. I think that preparing for life after Benteke now isn't a bad thing for us.
Right.
I mean, we know that the move for Mateta was probably coming, and it makes sense because, like we said, we want to try to maintain that three-pronged attack, that ability to play different guys up top for us with those three. With the young guy playing, it's just kind of like, you're planning for the future. He's 19. He just turned 19. You know what I mean? So it's not like we're expecting this kid to come in and immediately compete for a spot even next year. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's so wrong for us to be planning for life after Benteke right now. You know what I mean? But I think that, looking forward, next year maybe we do keep him because now we've got those three guys up front that we're sure about. That's one less position we have to worry about in the summer, and we can focus other places.
So I think Raksaki, as far as I'm concerned, the opportunity for him to play has passed now. Mm-hmm. You just had the AFCONs, and you had both Wilf and Ayew away. Yep. I think at that point you get him in there. Yeah, the FA Cup game against Millwall. But what happened was that COVID issue really messed us up because we couldn't put the 23s into into any of those match day squads earlier on when we had those COVID issues with the Spurs going forward. So for me, the only thing I can think of is that maybe if we don't get like a Dele Alli and we didn't get Van der Beek, now you can maybe slot in to play there because he can play midfield. If you watch him for the 23, he kind of floats around for midfield and goes out wide. I'd love to see him play. Olise has also stepped up in the absence of those players, and he's been really well. So he's been playing out wide. So honestly, with Wolf back now and IU back now, I don't see how Ratsack are looking at using up a sub right now, which is a real shame. But having said that, the fact we didn't want to send him out on loan, as Nick was mentioning before,
that's the thing that gets
might mean that we have plans for him going forward. And to me, honestly, that's a new signing if we use him because the kid's a good player, in my opinion.
You know what I think it is? Look, some people say send him out on loan, let him get first team football, but you also have to find a balance between whether he should go out on loan, play first team football for another club, or would his development, saying at Palace, be better? Because end of the day, if he's training with the first team under Patrick Vieira, he's only going to get better, and Patrick Vieira is only going to see his development ever so better. Maybe he might not get the opportunities in the first team and in the starting 11, but I think the club just made a decision saying, you never know, we might have injuries, we might have problems going forward. You always have to think about that scenario. Raksaki is playing at a good level, at youth level as well. We've built up the academy facilities. We've got a good academy squad as well. So he's not playing at a poor level. He's playing at a good level against good opposition around his age. So he can still develop there and he can be around the first team football. So I'm not that worried that he hasn't gone out on loan. I think the club probably evaluated whether it would be better for him to stay and develop like that. And they just decided, it would be better instead of him going to maybe a League One, League Two side. If it was a Championship side, that would be a different story. That would be maybe a different story because the Championship is not an easy level. Like we've seen as Palace fans, it's not easy to get promoted from the Championship. So I think I'm not that disappointed with Raksaki. We'll talk about other departures as well. Mateta is very similar to Benteke in terms of playing style and heading ability. Kristen says Edward and Mateta could be the next Bar and Cisse. They used to be very good at that. I don't know if we can reach that level.
I was saying those two are ridiculous. Bar and Cisse are ridiculous.
Denver Bar scoring them.
My gosh, they're ridiculous.
It was absolutely filth. Patrick Vieira is smart. Lunu says Raksaki is too lightweight. He needs to hang around Wilf and learn from the rest. Of the team. I guess he's trying to say. Enough. Yeah. And also, if you're on Twitter, head over to our YouTube channel if you want to send in your comments because we can't actually read them on Twitter. It doesn't work. I'm not too sure why. So head over to our YouTube channel, send in your comments like that, and we'll be able to read them out. I don't want you to guys just talk to yourselves. Oliver says hopefully Raksaki gets some more minutes versus Hartlepool. Come Natural says 2 months ago, Mateta was being confined to dustbin. It just shows how Vieira can bring out the best in these players. Benteke will benefit also. Benteke is not finished, and I agree.
He has benefited.
He has.
How old is Benteke now?
He's 30.
Well, 1990, so 32 this year.
32 this year,
yeah.
So how many seasons do you think he's got left in him at top level?
Probably one, maybe one more. I'll say one.
From a business sense, if he is going to go in the summer, now is the time to sell him, just to make some money back off of him.
I agree.
If we're not going to sell him, that suggests we're going to offer him a year's contract in the summer.
I mean,
at a reduced rate.
I mean, if you're talking
interesting.
about,
go ahead, T.
I mean, I'm saying if you're talking about his goal return over his time with us, that kind of can indicate to a lot of people that he probably doesn't have much time left at the top level. I mean, let's be honest with you. I mean, like
the thing,
but
the thing with him though, to me, he had that injury that he's trying to get back from, and I think that was a big part. But also, just throwing another striker thing in there, I'm really glad we did not sign Nketiah, and it seems like for some reason that rumor has not gone away. It was even floating out yesterday. So if we're looking at Nketiah, then obviously someone like Benteke stays numbered here because there's no reason you're going to bring in Mateta and Nketiah and keep Benteke. So the fact that we didn't actually go out and get him, but the fact again we've been linked to him for such a long time. I just don't rate Nketiah. I don't know why we'd want to go in for him. He doesn't do anything at Arsenal. Arsenal right now that Aubameyang is gone, are desperate for a striker, and they don't want to play him. So why would we want to have him? Do you know what I mean?
Nketiah is becoming the Umar Niasse for us. Where he just gets, he's just gonna get linked every single window.
I actually think Nketiah is like a Dougie type of transfer. More than I don't know if it's.
Why would you say that? Dougie, in what way?
I read the report. I read the report in Athletic, and it gave the numbers of what Nketiah does well. And it just seemed like a player that off the ball he can be very good in terms of his pressing, and in the box he's a very good finisher. And I just think Nketiah is more about the number side of things rather than just looking at him overall, if that makes sense. What he's done good, and Palace, I think what we what we thought probably not enough because we didn't end up, giving. I think only 2 bids were submitted. Correct me if I'm. I think I only saw only.
But
2
clearly, he doesn't want to
bids
pay
were
for us, though. D. He doesn't want to pay for us clearly because if he wanted to come, it would get done. You know how it works. If a player wants to come, he'll come, and clearly he doesn't want to come.
But then again,
you know what I mean?
Arsenal had that situation where they don't know if they have enough strikers. It might only be Lacazette because Aubameyang now has left to go Barcelona. So it's not as simple as saying.
They still got the Martinelli key. He can play up top.
I guess so. But
but the truth is, if you watch Arsenal matches or listen to Arsenal fans, they don't rate him either, and he's not producing for them. Besides in the cup game, so it's not as though Arsenal rate him really highly and don't want to lose him. They would love to sell him if they can get the right price. So it's not like I said, they don't really rate him. And honestly, when Lacazette doesn't play, don't even start in catching league matches. He doesn't start. When he does, he doesn't produce. So they don't rate their own players. So again, you know what? You make a good point. If it's about a numbers thing and we scouted him, when we see something about him, that's fine. But to me personally, the eye test for me doesn't pass it. I like Ryan Brewster last year better than him, and he's not doing well now championship level now at Sheffield United. But I don't rate and catch you one bit. Just something about him I just don't like. So
all right, so I'm looking at the latest rumors. I'm trying to find out if there's anything going on with Palace at the moment. There isn't anything major. There's nothing confirmed yet. It seemed like with the Derby situation with Luke Plange. How do you say his name? Correct.
I haven't heard it, but Plange.
Plange. I watched the game yesterday. Yeah, he scored. Luke
Plange. He had a nice goal against Birmingham City.
Great goal.
Plange then.
Luke Plange.
Say again.
Plange.
Plange.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Is it Luke Plange? All right. Chat
if
decide
you're posh,
what is
if
it?
you're posh, it's Plange. If it's not posh, it's Plange. How about that?
All right, then I'll be posh for this stream. Plange. So Luke Plange. It seems like it is happening. BBC Sport just tweeted saying a young striker for CPFC and much needed cash boost for Derby City. So they're basically saying with the latest on Derby accepting a bid from Crystal Palace. It still hasn't been announced, and I know some of you say it until it's announced. Nothing's gonna be. I don't believe all the rumors. So for those that believe that, it still hasn't been announced, but everyone is saying that the bid is accepted for Luke Plange.
What I wonder is how would the announcement happen? Because we know he's going to go back straight to Derby, but will he show up in one of our how would it be announced? Is what I'm wondering.
So let me break it down. Let's talk about Luke Plange for a bit. So according to reports, they accepted a bid of around £1 million, and the EFL have agreed for Plange to be loaned back to Derby, which is key because they're on a transfer embargo. If you guys know about what's happening in Derby, they're struggling with money, and it's a sticky situation. But he can go back on loan to Derby. He joined Derby after Arsenal told him they will not be offering him a professional deal. The biggest thing about him that's been said that I've been reading about, because I haven't seen him personally play, is that he's tactical understanding of the game and linking up with other strikers. That's his strength. And he's also good at making runs in behind and dribbling with the ball too. So he sounds like a fast player that's good on the ball, that can get in behind, that understands. IQ is important as well, being a striker, because at times we do talk about whether Benteke can go, is he in the right positions in the box at times. IQ as a striker is underrated at times. And it seems like he's got good IQ, got good pace, can dribble with the ball. So, lots of Derby fans are upset as well, seeing him go, which is always a good thing. If a fan is upset, for example, let's say right now, if Eze was to leave, we'll all be upset because we know what he can do. We know his potential as well. And £1 million is nothing nowadays. It is absolutely nothing for a club like ours. So the risk involved is very minimal as well. Well, what do you think about the transfer? Have you guys seen him play? Have you read reports about him? You have zero clue?
I saw his goal against Birmingham the other day. Very well taken goal. I had a quick look through Twitter at what some Derby fans were playing. At James DCFC Crofts said I rate him a lot. Natural finisher, makes runs constantly off the shoulder down the channel, can dribble well, looks a real prospect. Gutted if he goes. So what's impressive if we get him is how we're picking these good players from the Championship that are making the impression in the Premier League.
And honestly, that should literally be the model, man. Is like
blueprint,
that's the blueprint for not only us, of course, having success and staying in the Premier League, but hopefully making those jumps up, because now we're getting more local homegrown talent at a good price, but we're bringing them into our team and then progressing forward because of it. So rather than trying to go out and buy these making these marquee signings, so to speak, and spending all this kind of money on.
Yeah,
Well, he has
I
worked
watched.
so far as well. Look
Yeah,
at
I've only
our
watched
championship
him.
signings.
Yeah, I've only watched him lately because again, once we were linked with him, I definitely turned. I watched the entire game yesterday, the Derby Birmingham game. It was on here on ESPN Plus, so I watched it. Looks like a decent player, and again, any player to us and comes from Arsenal's former Arsenal Academy player can't be again, I just already slandered away Nketiah before, so don't forget what I did about Nketiah. But as far as Arsenal Academy players go, I mean, you think if he's Academy player at that level, he's got to be a decent player. And again, here's as T just said, it's a £1 million outlay, and that's our blueprint. Getting players from Championship. If it doesn't work out, what's it cost us really in the whole scheme of things? Not a lot. So for me, it's worth a gamble.
That's very cheap. Here's a question for you: At what
Quiz time already?
What age did he sign for Arsenal?
Probably 16.
16?
So I can look it up.
No.
What?
12?
6.
6.
Oh,
Damn.
he's a prodigy then.
6, man.
And they didn't
That's
offer him a
amazing.
professional contract. That's a bit sad.
I don't know if but no, it's been on Arsenal's book since he was 6.
Wow.
So, and it's a good deal for Derby. I mean, it gets them out of financial trouble. I know they're looking for new owners.
Exactly. Now, you know what?
Like
good for them.
it's got shades of Moses, and we're getting him very cheaply. I do feel like we're mugging them off a little bit.
No, but hold on, Nick. We offered them 300k at first, and we went up to millions. So we offered them 300k. That would have mugged them off. We got even millions. So that's a big difference. No, seriously, we offered them 300k. We got them in a joke. Yeah, but again,
Nick, at the end of the day, we're business. Like, look,
we're not charities.
I know that.
We can't just go and pay £50 million because Derby's in. I don't want to sound
There's a big difference between 1 and 50.
Reality. Huh?
There's a big difference between 1 million and 50 million, though. Come on. Now, 1 million.
Right, but how much? Okay, Nick, how much do you think it's worth? Because I
don't know. It just seems very, very cheap. And I know he's young. I know we're taking a big risk, but it's like we let Moses go for nothing because we were in financial dire straits. I mean,
and it happens.
Better sell-on clause for him, with multiple sell-on clauses for each time he got transferred. We'd have that main stand built now with Moses, wouldn't we? If we had that. No, it's good for us, but it does feel very cheap. But like I said, there's a risk.
He was playing for Arsenal's U18s at 15.
Yeah, that's he's been involved in a very good academy for a very long time. So he's definitely, if he's survived Arsenal for that long, I know he didn't end up signing a professional contract. That's still a good sign as well. But he's turning 20 in November, so he's still quite young. And of course, as I've just said, he's going to be going out on loan back to Derby. Hasn't been confirmed yet. When do we see him becoming a first-team Palace player? Do you think it will take a couple of years? What's the idea between this transfer? Do you guys think?
I think it could be a couple of years if we end up keeping somebody like Benteke around for next year, because it naturally with those three in the rotation on the first team, he probably won't even find time to get in cup games. So it could end up being a multiple loan situation for him where he goes out on another loan next year with us. But if you don't keep somebody like Benteke around, maybe he has an opportunity to get in there and make some appearances here and there, some substitute appearances, and then he starts to find his way into the first team. But
and also, just taking a look at our academy, we don't have any strikers in the academy at the 23 level because Rob Street just went out on loan. To Newport, right? So I guess obviously it's for next season, but there's a slot available there if Rob Street was to go out, let's say on a permanent.
That Adam Bomey kid, Adam Bomey kid is going to move up.
Right, you got him and you got Akinwale in the 18s. Those are probably two coming through. And underneath that, I don't know what's underneath that. But my point is that we don't have a depth of strikers in our academy right now. So even if he spent a year in our 23s next year, for whatever reason, that would be fine. And maybe give him some cup games and whatever. So that would be fine for me. So,
shall I? I've just got in front of me the ins and outs so far in January for Crystal Palace that are definite. Do you want me to go through them?
Yep.
We're going to go through them at the end of the show once everything's confirmed, Nick. And then we're going to give our overall rating. Because otherwise, our show is going to end in 5 minutes' time and we're going to have absolutely nothing. I'll try to, because right now there's nothing going on and you're just going to take a big segment of the show away. We've got so many other stuff to talk about. Exactly, Nick. Right. Hold up. We are going to talk about them. Trust me.
There's like one definite signing, though.
Nick's excited. He's got that nice podcast
exactly.
set
Nick
up
is ready
now.
for the show. He's ready for the show.
Yeah. Go ahead, Nick. Where's the cowbell? Go ahead to make the announcement, Nick. Go ahead. Cowbell. Go ahead.
I haven't got the cowbell sound, but we signed him a little while ago anyway, so it's old news. From Dragado United earlier on in the window.
Yeah.
What was his name, DR?
Gillian Phillips.
Yeah, well done. Yeah.
What about?
I wonder if they call him Kill for short. Over a Kill.
He's not a first team player though, is he?
He's not. He's an academy player.
Right.
Yeah. No. I'm just saying that's all we've signed is somebody who's in the first team.
Well, hopefully we'll have 2 more signings, official signings by end of tonight. Here, Tristan says who's Plange going to replace? As we talked about, I don't think he's going to replace anyone. He's one for the future. Tristan also says don't need a striker. We need a Milivojevic, the yellow card.
I think yellow card.
I think it's Milivojevic, yellow card. Would like us to get Sangari in a San Marchiata replacement. Drew says got some fast players coming through, such as Jaden Raymond as well.
Oh, he's good. He's good.
There's some very good.
We got some really good academy players. That's one place I'm not worried about talent coming from is there.
So we talked about JP.
Just hearing the phrase yellow card merchant just got me thinking, is there only one supplier of red and yellow cards to referees, or can they shop around and get best value?
I don't know. Can we shop around and get best value for quality of officials?
Like we're yellow card suppliers. If how on earth would I know who supplies yellow cards?
Just now you said we've got all this time to kill. I'm trying to fill it, man.
We've got other content. We've got so many things to talk about. Trust me. We have to talk about who supplies yellow red cards in the Premier League.
I love him for trying. I love him for trying.
Yeah. But once again, Nick, you come to our rescue. If we need something, trust me, at least you're here. You will have these random questions which I'll never think about. So,
JP, like you in the car, eh?
Exactly, yeah. Oh, geez. Yeah, we'll talk about some of the stuff that I think about as well later on in the show. So, JP on a permanent deal. Let's talk about him. We mentioned some of the comments. We gave our thoughts. But according to the Evening Standard and various other sources, Crystal Palace are set to agree terms with Mainz over the acquisition of current forward that's on loan at Palace, Jan-Philippe Mateta. The 24-year-old is set to agree on terms on an £8 million move. But I'm not too sure if that's confirmed yet, whether it's £8 million, £9 million. I've seen it 11 million euros. I've seen £8 million. Maybe 11 million euros is £8 million. But his representatives have traveled from France to London over the weekend to conclude this deal. Hasn't been officially confirmed. I've seen Michael Bridge say that it's 99% done. Which
I saw was talking about it too.
It'll be so Palace for a deal to be 99% done and then still collapse. But, we haven't heard anything yet, even though it's 99% done. And there isn't much to really announce. You just put out a tweet saying we signed him on a permanent deal. So it's not like a new player, which we have to do graphics for. Right. But look, it hasn't been announced yet. But let's start with your thoughts on this transfer rumor. Signed on loan during Roy's time, didn't play as much. Under Patrick Vieira, he actually didn't get opportunities at the start of the season as well until recently. I think it's only been a month or so that he's had his opportunities. What do we think of this? Well, we spoke about it recently, T. Me, you, and Stan, I believe it was. We spoke about whether we should sign him on a permanent deal.
Yep.
Well, you should be happy about this, but for me personally, as I said it, look, he hasn't. We're talking about signing a player, which 3 months ago or even 2 months ago, maybe we don't even consider it. JP's not even in questions about whether we should get him on a permanent deal. And look, he's done great for us. He's taken his opportunity. But my only problem is it's only been a month. However, the risk involved is low. If you're talking about 8 to 10 million pounds, where it wouldn't hurt us too much. Let's say that it doesn't work out in the end. Let's say next year or so, he goes back to his old form and he struggles to score goals. What do you think about the JP signing? Do you think it was too early or right time?
No, I don't think it was too early. I literally called this. I've been hanging around Patrick so long that I think I've inherited some Oracle-like quality.
Definitely.
Because y'all can run back the tape. I said that if we can get him for a restructured amount at 8
Yes, he
million
did.
because Mainz doesn't want to keep him.
Yep.
That's a good move because I think it's a good move because, like I said, it's a lower amount. We've seen what he can do. He's scoring goals in the Premier League. I agree with you that some months ago, we weren't even considering it, and I think a big part of that is because you don't consider signing someone permanently who isn't getting time, who isn't playing. I mean, most teams will end loan deals for guys that aren't getting the opportunity to play. You know what I'm saying? So, I think it was logical for us to think about the fact that we weren't going to sign him long term because not only was that dollar amount up there, he's not playing for us. But now that he's getting an opportunity, so be it, even though it's been a month or a month plus, he's showing his quality. And I think that's the most important thing. And for us to have him now show his quality and then be able to get him long term at a bargain basement price compared to what some people are paying for guys right now, I think it's a great move.
So, look, do you know how many appearances he's actually had for the club since he's joined?
I want to say he's probably between 12 to 14 at this point.
16 appearances.
Yeah.
16 appearances for the
He's
club,
at
including the FA Cup as well. And he scored 3 goals for us. So we haven't seen that much of him, to be fair.
Because of those 16 appearances, I'm sure the minutes have been very low for a lot of those appearances.
Yeah, that could be a good point as well. Nick, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I was going to say how many has he started, and he's got 3 goals. 2 of those goals against. The man deserves at least another year with us for scoring against Millwall and Brighton. Even if it's just for that, he deserves
for that
it.
£8 million. Yeah.
Yeah.
S3 says Roy was a problem. Yeah, go on.
I'm just reading about Plange. Just that the only thing that might be holding up the deal is whether the embargo over Derby, whether he can be loaned back or not, is the only thing that's holding it up. So they're just ironing that out with the Football League and the Premier League. So once that's all sorted, Green should be going. We should be going for it. So that'd be good.
So that'll be good. Hopefully we get an announcement as well from the club anytime soon. Seek says Roy was the problem that caused JP to be like that. So David agrees with him as well that we didn't see the best out of JP because of Roy Ottram, which is a good point as well because he scored that goal against Brighton and then he disappeared. I still don't understand it till this day. Maybe he had howlers in the training pitch, but yeah, he just disappeared.
This season so far in the Premier League, he's had 7 appearances.
Right. You know how many starts he's had?
Of the 7 appearances, only 4 of them have been. No, 3 of them have been more than 30 minutes.
Right. Like I say, he's never played 90 minutes all season. Hasn't played 90 minutes the entire season.
81 is the most.
He's the most
77 is the second.
Wow.
Yep.
So he hasn't been on the pitch very much. And if you think about that, he's been on the pitch even less when he was with Roy.
And I saw. I think the last game, somebody on Twitter, and I watched the game back, said that he was making some excellent runs off the ball. It was just that people hadn't spotted the runs that he was making, and had they done so, he'd have been through on several occasions. So he's obviously got a good footballer's brain.
He's played less than 700 minutes for us.
Wow.
Total.
Yeah. Wow. Well, it's gonna be confirmed. Hopefully soon. Hopefully it does get confirmed. Hopefully we don't bottle that one as well. But it does seem like it's 99% done, which was according to Michael Bridge.
Now we mentioned Roy. Can I ask you, Free, if you could sell 2 players to Watford from our squad, who would they be?
Oh, that's a very good question. Nick, you should come back more often.
Yeah. Luca goes.
Luca.
Kelly and Luca.
Kelly? No, not Kelly.
He doesn't play. What's the point keeping him?
Yeah, but there's other players.
First of all, Roy's going to pay between 10 and 20 million for Luca, just because he's.
You win. You win. If only. Yeah. If only.
Tompkins.
No, I want to keep Tompkins.
Keep Tompkins.
No, you got to keep
Tompkins. Yeah, but then realistically, no
players we don't need. Those are the players we don't need. Who else do we not need?
My second
Tompkins
player.
for £20 million. For £20 million, Patrick Tompkins.
My second
I'll
player.
take it happily.
My second player. I'm tied for my second player, and I think they might be unpopular, both of them. But I'm going to say what I'm going to say. Jeffrey Schlupp.
Yeah, you can say Schlupp. Yeah, and you can say that. You don't like Schlupp.
You can't. You can't say that.
It's not that I don't.
Schlupp,
it's not that I don't. It's not that I don't like Schlupp. It's how much I know Roy likes him.
Good point. A good point. He does like him. He likes him a schlup.
The
He
other
liked
one,
a lot of players. Trust me. He liked James McCarthy as well. He liked a lot of players.
and also what he might pay for said players. Christian Pateka is my second one.
Yeah, they don't need a striker though.
They don't. But
They don't need
you know how Roy is. Roy likes who he likes. He plays who he likes.
Gotcha.
We're trying to keep some up. Luke says, I think since Patrick Van Aanholt has arrived, he can hopefully get better. This is another point I want to get into. Checo Kouyaté. So he hasn't left the club, but potentially there's rumors over the last couple of days that he might be leaving the club over in the summer.
No, he's definitely leaving. He's definitely leaving.
So it's rumored to join Saudi Arabian team.
He would have probably extended with us by now if he would.
Yeah, exactly.
It's rumored to join Saudi Arabian team. Al Ittihad once the season ends, as he is in the final 6 months of his contract and is able to speak to foreign clubs due to it. So you know what? Kouyaté's actually been in form for us this season. When you look at his performances, and we have said it, you know, Kouyaté can play in this midfield ahead of Jeffrey Schlupp. We've missed him over this past month when he's gone to the AFCONs. So are you guys surprised that the club are willing to let him go?
No.
How
he's
comes?
30 because he's 30. What? He's 32.
Yeah, his age. Exactly.
32 years old. I think his age plays the biggest part in it. His age and the fact that, as well as he's played for us, we still desire more from him or from what his position could be. So I'm thinking that they understand that, you know, we just replaced 11 outgoing guys, and we doing this. We can replace this one and get somebody in that can do what he's doing. So I think that's more what it lies along the lines of.
Yeah, I think the opportunity in the summer is massive now. With if he's gone, you get rid of Luca, and let's say Kelly leaves, you've got a massive gap there to sign a quality central CDM or a quality centre half that can back up Gahey and Anderson. So for me, the opportunity is there, and then you got a lot of wages off the books too with those kind of players leaving. So I've loved what Kouyaté's done. He's been a great player for us and done a really great job playing different positions, but the opportunity now is to sign a much younger player is there. I would take an opportunity for that. So to me, I'll miss him, but I think the opportunity is there to go out and like T just said, there's 11 players and we were able to replace most of them very well during that last summer. I trust Dougie this summer to come up to get a quality. If it's not saying Gary, someone like that to come in there and replace Luca and
it's a lot, and it's a lot of guys out there that are quality.
There's a lot of players out there.
Yeah, we need a younger player there. There's 100% better younger players that we can go and get in the summer. It's good that we didn't let him go now, which is very good.
I agree. Yeah,
he still has a role. He still has a very important role to play. But come summer, considering his age and whether, also financially for him, I doubt that we could offer as much as Saudi Arabian team. Because they will a lot of money for playing that age. You can't just offer,
And from the way he's played it, from the way he's played at AFCON, he's played himself into some money.
He's played himself into some money.
These players go to Turkey, to the MLS as well, to all these leagues towards the end of their career for the one last paycheck.
Yep,
he has to think about his financial future as well. So it
makes
sense to think about it.
MLS is not a retirement league anymore, mate. All right, calm down.
Yeah.
Right?
Those
days are over.
Those days are over.
Retirement league.
Now we will take the aging icon every now and again. However. Cristiano, whenever you're ready, sir.
Oh no.
So for Daha. So C says if JP did play against Brighton in the Brighton match, we would have won that. Well, according to Seek, he believes that. Turnell says the only thing that puts me slightly off JP is his rep with previous managers, but I get the impression from game time and training videos that isn't happening yet, at least.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about him. Like, you haven't heard anything about him since he's been here.
But when he did join, I made a video with a Mainz fan. He was talking about what he can bring to the side, his pros and cons, and that was one area of his game which was maybe worrying, because towards the end of his Mainz career, he did have a reputation of just being, he just didn't care. His attitude was poor. I didn't watch Mainz. I didn't know what was going on behind the scenes.
They were struggling as a club. They almost got relegated.
They were struggling as a club. So it might have been that. But so far at Palace, he's been the total opposite. If JP was that kind of guy, he would have done it already, because he didn't have opportunities.
I don't know what the Mainz support are like, but if you've got a fan base like Palace that will back a player, you're not going to get fed up with being at the club, I don't think.
But
And
he had the
also-
chance. He had the chance to be toxic. He had the opportunity.
Absolutely on the
Yeah,
Roy,
he did.
exactly. And what I like is that
on
you've
the
got players,
Vieira.
that's true, but you got players like Edward, you've got Wilf, French-speaking players that make you feel comfortable. Benteke, you've got a lot of good leaders in that team. That if you're going to get toxic, they're not really going to allow you to do that. So I think the leadership quality that we have at Palace is important for that. So
Talking to your other club, DR and old Roy players, Max Myers left Fenerbahce.
No, he hasn't.
Is it?
He's
No.
going
Bring him
to
home.
the
Bring him
Danish
home.
team.
No.
FC
Max Meyer?
Midtjylland. Is that how you pronounce
Was
it?
Max
Yeah,
Meyer? All right, let's change this true. Was
Bring him
Max
home.
Meyer overrated? Was Max
Bring him
Meyer
home.
overrated?
No,
Do
I don't
you
think
guys
so.
you
I don't think so.
Never
you
got a
thought
chance.
No, he
never got a
never got a
chance.
chance. Never got to play in the
Never
right
got a chance.
position. No, I don't
Exactly.
think so.
You say that. Who did he go to in Germany from us? I can't remember who he went to. I
Cologne.
watched a couple of games.
He went
And
to
he-
Cologne,
Yeah.
FC
Cologne,
Cologne.
yeah, Cologne.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
Cologne.
non-existent in that game that I saw him play.
I mean, he went over what mid-season and didn't really.
I'm not
Is that
having
mid-season
any
or
Max Meyer slander on this broadcast, Nicholas.
Right then,
But-
right then,
but-
prove
but-
your
but
point
then he went
because
to-
he's
but
gone
then-
to 2 other clubs
But
and he
But then he
hasn't
went to
worked out.
Fenerbahce. But he was in Fenerbahce.
Exactly.
He was in Fenerbahce playing Champions League minutes.
Thank you, T. Tell him.
Let's not do that, man.
So
that's
Paulo.
Because
And then
Fenerbahce
he's
has
gonna
been
go-
Wait a minute.
shocking.
Wait a minute.
Let's
And now
not
he's
do that.
wait.
has been
Hear
shocking
me
this
out.
season as
Hear
well.
me out. And now he's going to the best team in Denmark, where he's going to be playing in what? The Champions League again.
Yeah,
That's
have
all
that.
I'm saying.
Have some of that, D. Have some of that. Yeah, I take that.
Oh, I ask the question every time I ask the questions. You guys think I just have to ask the question, otherwise it'll be such a boring show. Like we're just gonna all sit
No,
here. and just be like,
No, Max.
I think Max
No,
Meyer. Max Meyer
Meyer.
is just another player that suffered under the managing of the dude, the guy. The old
Thank
dude.
you, Chris. I agree. Max Meyer is underrated. I agree.
I mean, because we never got to see. You could have said was Victor Camarasa overrated? We don't know. We never saw him play. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but then, all right, cool. So Victor Camarasa was he overrated? Let me ask that question then.
I don't know. I literally can't remember actually getting to see the guy play more than 2 minutes at a time.
Yeah, ask Roy. They never let him play.
Yeah.
Exactly. Too creative. But let's not. I'm gonna fall into the slanders. Prim says, "I just had Dr. Pepper with my kebab. How does that make you feel?" That makes me feel weird.
That's just you
Because-
can't. That's a bad combination.
You can no. Dr. Pepper it's one of the worst drinks out there.
It
Let's
is,
just get that
exactly.
straight.
Wow.
Dr.
I
Pepper
agree.
sounds
I
like an
agree.
out of date Coke. It's
D,
like an
my
out of date
wife will
Coke.
punch you in the
There's-
face live on
That,
the
but
internet.
that
if
Dr.
she heard
Pepper
you
is
say
an
that.
out of date Coke. That's what Dr. Pepper tastes like. It's an out of date. It's one of the worst drinks out there.
Thank
So
you, D. We
Dr.
actually agree
Pepper
on
there
something.
ruins
I
the
agree.
actual proper meal. So I would say that's a good
He
5
said
out
it
of
was-
10 because the kebab is a 10 out of 10 and then Dr. Pepper brings it down to 1.
It ruined
So the
the
average is
meal.
gave me 5 out of 10.
I
It's
am
5 out of 10 for me. Dr. Pepper is awful. Name me a worse drink than Dr. Pepper right now. None of you can. None of you
I can name plenty of it.
Guys,
Yeah,
name
Plenty
one.
of it.
Name
One.
one.
Any
Name one.
diet soda. First of all, diet soda.
No, you know what? No,
No, it doesn't.
No, I disagree. And I hate
Dandelion and
diet soda.
Burdock.
What
You're
you
telling
say?
me Diet Coke is... you're
Dandelion
telling me
and
Diet...
Burdock.
I will drink
What?
a diet Dr. Pepper every day of the week.
Wait,
over
what
Diet
did
Coke.
Nick say?
Diet
What
Coke
did
is
Nick say?
terrible.
Oh my god.
Wait,
that's
Nick,
the
what
I
did
worst.
you
said Dandelion and Burdock.
Nick, we're talking
What is
about
that?
2022 drinks, not 1945.
Yeah, what is that?
pre-war drink. What is
You
that?
get it,
Like,
still
we're
get
talking
it.
about pre-World War II drinks.
Hey,
we're talking
that
about
shit-
current drinks.
So hold on a
What?
second. Hold on a second. So
What on earth
here's
is
the-
that?
Pepsi Max is terrible. Not worse than Dr. Pepper though. Coke, I hate Coke. It's not worse than Dr. Pepper.
Mountain Dew garbage.
No,
I
it's
don't
not
care what
worth-
nobody's saying.
Let me
Mountain
say
Dew
this is
garbage.
this is slander right here. Mountain Dew is one of the best drinks on the planet.
Mountain Dew is garbage,
just is.
Patrick. You
You're
probably
out
have
of your mind.
you probably have
I mean, it's a
radioactive.
water.
You have radioactive urine, sir. That's
This is one of the
disgusting.
best drinks out there.
This is for Terence.
That's a
Oh,
beer
yeah.
though, isn't it? It's a beer, isn't it?
Yeah, good
Beer,
sign of that.
beer,
Yeah, it's transfer beer.
drink. We're talking about regular drinks, not
Hey,
alcohol.
Hey, Luke. Hey, Nick's a real
Sir,
man.
yes,
He
thank you,
he
CJ.
does beer.
Derek,
If
Thank
Dr.
you,
Pepper was a
Derek.
Palace player, it would be Luca. Let's just say
Derek.
that. That's how I feel about it.
Shout out to Louis. Shout out to Louis.
yeah,
What, it's
Louis.
like, that's what I
Yeah,
drink.
that's fine. Who's
That's a-
healthy?
Theo, I need
Yeah,
to tell you about this. About a month ago, I went to the German doner kebab place,
Yeah.
and their kebabs have beef in them. That's not kebab meat, is it? Beef. It's got to be lamb.
Well, in my books, it's not, because you clearly say lamb kebab. T doesn't know what we're talking about. You don't even have kebabs, do you, T? You have shawarma,
Yeah, we got
whatever it's
kebab.
called.
Yeah, we got it.
Oh, is it?
We got kebabs. We got shawarma. We got shawarma.
America.
Yeah,
It's
man.
America. America's everything.
We got some of everything. Everybody
Everything in this country. Everything's America. What are you joking? Come on, man.
Apart from darts, you don't have darts.
Darts is not a sport. It's not a sport.
Yeah, darts is overrated.
Some
people are going to get angry, but darts is overrated.
Wait a minute.
What is that? It's not a
We
sport.
have darts.
Yeah.
We have darts. We just don't waste time putting it on TV.
Thank you. Exactly.
Because they're
Your
up
house.
on
You go to
on
any
egg ball.
you go to any bar. You go to any speakeasy. They gonna have darts. You just don't
but
see this
it's
shit
not
on
a
TV.
sport. Exactly. It's not a sport.
Yeah.
Never has been.
Nick doesn't even know what to say anymore because I can't lie. I don't really watch darts myself.
I don't care. We should have Nick on every show. Shout out to this podcast setup. He's got the boom arm, man. Come on now.
Professional.
I love it.
Professional.
I
Yeah,
love
Nick's
it.
got everything sorted, man. Nick's got everything sorted. What was we talking about before Dr. Pepper and Kebab? I forgot. Was it chicken?
Max Meyer.
Max Meyer, that's it. Max Meyer, that's it. Going back to Palace. We'll talk about food and drinks later on. 9 o'clock so far. The latest updates. No one has signed. It does seem like Derby. To be fair, Derby fans are a bit frustrated because they've said that he's been outstanding this season and that they didn't expect him to be sold. Apparently Wayne Rooney said that there were no outgoings. There were not going to be any outgoings. So they're just out there thinking, did we get lied upon? Like, what is going on? So they're having their own little crisis there. It hasn't been announced yet, but it's interesting to see their perspective. They seem very upset about the deal. First of all, Nick said £1 million is a low fee. Second of all, forget about the fee. They didn't expect their player to leave because Wayne Rooney has done a fantastic job so far, like trying to keep them out of the trap. Like they have a potential possibility, despite having minus 21 points at the start of the season. Well, near enough start of the season. So he's doing a great job for them anyway.
Can we pick him up actually for turning that, for saying I'm not going to Everton, I've got a job to do at Derby, because actually that is top. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know if he actually done that or not.
I think yeah, he did. He said he said he had a job to do where he was. That's the reason why he didn't take the Everton job. But at the same time, I think he didn't want the pressure of taking the Everton job either, because you know what comes with that.
Yeah,
and it's the same vein. Bromley manager Andy Woodman turned down a move to Gillingham. So he could carry on with his Bromley project. Bromley third, mate. They're going to be going up. They're going to be a league team next year.
Andy who?
Nick's just giving us like
Andy who?
It's comparing that to Wayne Rooney deal. Wayne Rooney went to Everton. It's talking about Bromley.
The depth of knowledge.
Gareth Southgate. They're managed by an ex-Palace goalkeeping legend who was roommates with Gareth Southgate, mate, when he was at the club.
He played like 4 matches in goal for Palace. He was awful.
Yeah, I
know. Just being clear. Just being clear on that.
It's the best drink out there. Oh, Jay. Dr. Pepper, best drink out there.
Jay, I used to respect you, mate. Sorry, I just lost a little my voice.
Dr. Pepper is the only drink you can't use as a mixer with alcohol. Well, who's ever had gin and Dr. Pepper? Vodka and Dr. Pepper. You can have gin and tonic. You can have vodka and orange, vodka and Coke, vodka and limeade. You can have Malibu and orange.
You can have whiskey pepper.
Malibu and Dr. Pepper. Could you imagine Malibu
pepper?
and Dr. Pepper?
I never done it, but you can have whiskey pepper.
How could you say it's the best drink ever, though? It has an awful aftertaste. It's just terrible.
I'm gonna lie to you. I don't drink soda. My wife swears by Dr. Pepper. She loves
it.
She, like I said, to hear D say that, my wife would have punched him through the screen. She loves it. Loves it.
Amazing. You know what?
It's a child's drink.
A child's drink. It's right because the children can't drink IPAs, Nick.
Exactly.
Only kids drink Dr. Pepper. Only kids.
All right, let's go through some more. Let's go through some more comments. Talk about Jack Butland. Someone wants to talk about Jack Butland, and I've just lost the comment. Great. Oh, here you go. Talking about goalkeepers. Tony says, talking about goalkeepers, Butland's more than made up for the Millwall blunder the last game he played. Tomorrow we're going to be live at 8 p.m. once again. So if you're tuning in live, we're going to be live for the Palace Focus, talking about the Hartlepool game and more. So quickly,
let's what we made.
What was that?
And all the transfer what we made today.
But we're gonna be talking about all the transfer. We're gonna talk about there's gonna be no transfer talk tomorrow. We're gonna talk about purely football, but talking about football right now as well. Jack Butland, he didn't start last game, but going ahead, do we expect him to start tomorrow? Tomorrow, Saturday.
Hardly, yeah. I mean, I'd be surprised if he didn't.
Anyone against that?
I've no idea. I mean, if he's trying to keep the same team for the cup, then yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like this is the way he's going to get appearances. I mean, if Guaita's healthy, then I mean, the best way for him to get his time and get his appearances is in our cup matches while we got him.
Yeah, it's not gonna. It's interesting because I thought he should have started maybe in the Liverpool game, but he didn't even start that game. So
there was an argument for it.
That was interesting. Yeah, that was interesting. So far, I'm just looking through some tweets. I'm trying to see if there's anything happening. Still no announcements. Surprise!
I've seen
Palace.
some news just in that following a brilliant game for Liverpool against Palace, Kevin Friend is signing with them on a permanent deal.
Well-earned contract by him, by the way.
Right, so we got
undisclosed amount.
so we got an update. We got an update on JP.
Okay.
So there's another source. I don't know how to pronounce this source's name. In all honesty, it's Loic Tanzi. I think he is French. That's what I'm guessing because he went to university in Nice, and he's basically tweeted saying that Crystal Palace, Johan Philippe has signed a 4-year contract at Palace. 4-year contract at Palace, and
that makes sense.
Turning his loan move into a permanent deal, and Mainz will receive around 11 million euros. So it backs up what David Orstein said with the 11 million euros. But 4-year contract. If that is true, that's a long time. But he's still a young player.
He's young, yeah. I mean, if you think
that brings it to 28.
That's in line. That's in line with all the signings that we've done. Like
that's
last
true,
summer.
Yeah,
they were all 4 or 5 year deals. Everybody
yeah.
outside of Gallagher that was the loan. Everybody's 4 or 5 year deals.
Anderson, I think, was 4. Yeah, you're right.
He's got 100k followers, 110k followers on Twitter. So it's not like a source that's not reputable. He seems like he's trusted by many people, and also he's a journalist for RMC Sport. So 4-year contract. Of course, it might be 4.5 years. It might be, I'm not too sure, 3.5. But that's a long time. That Palace are. So talk about Nketiah. It seems that Palace think that JP is our long-term solution. Do you think going forward in 4 years, do you think JP can be that guy for us? What's his role? What is JP's role going forward? Let's say he signs a permanent contract. Do you expect him to be a starter for Palace, or is he going to be a good role player?
You don't play just one striker. I mean, you can rotate. So from that standpoint,
luxury,
right, with Benteke obviously gone over that 4-year period, you expect he and Edouard will be the 2 main strikers. Again, Edouard can get a rest, can play out wide, etc. You might want to go 4-4-2. Who knows how
4-4-2, yeah. He played some
3-5-2
before too.
Exactly, right. He might evolve his formations going forward. So I think he'll play. You're not going to start to play for 4 years and not play him, put it that way. So he'll play for sure.
And then part of it too, the 4 years gives us the opportunity to have him build his value, and we have the ability to sell him later on.
In 2 years possibly.
You know what I'm saying? Because if we sign him to a 2-year deal, he'd have to come good a lot sooner in order for us to be able to sell him off for any value.
But then the downside to that is that if he's not any good, then you've got him under contract for 4 years, which if depending on his wages, it might be hard to move on as well. So there's a pros and cons to that that 4-year contract.
I agree.
So we definitely think that he could be that player for us going forward. Clearly by the club's contract, because you don't sign him for 4 years if you don't think he can be a long-term striker. But yeah, interesting. I don't know if that's true, but that's the latest update on JP. 4-year deal, 11 million euros, around 8 to 9 million pounds. Which actually surprised me a lot. Turnell says, wow, 4 years is a surprise, but I'll take it every day. Prim says, even if JP plays around the team and not a key role, I think we can cash in after that. Good business. Luke says JP could be 30 to 40 million pound striker. What on earth are you drinking there, Luke?
I mean, hey, it only takes one season. It only takes one season.
Yeah, exactly. You never know. But right now, I cannot see him being a 30 to 40 million pound striker.
Just thinking about it, we might have to invest in some more corner flags. Do you think there's more than one merchant of corner flags?
Oh, Nick, we're not doing this. I'm gonna start giving it there. Yeah, we're not doing this. We haven't.
What are we doing?
I'm gonna say there's at least one in each country. So I'm gonna say there's a good.
What's gonna be next? Like, what are you gonna talk about next? How the suppliers are flipping nets and
the nets. It's definitely
red and blue nets are coming next season.
Crossbar manufacturers.
Yeah, use a supplier of nets for Crystal Palace. Like I should know that.
Who supplies the chalk, the spray paint for the field?
AD, I have a quote from the Derby County assistant manager Liam Rose Sr. About Luke Plange. He says he's been outstanding this season. Admits any money that they get into the club is crucial because most important thing is club survival. So
and that's why the EFL.
And he can be loaned back to Derby as well. You can be loaned back to Derby, which is key.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So
it's from Kingston upon Thames, so it's kind of local as well to us, Kingston.
Yeah.
So he'll want to be back with his family.
Yeah, he is. So let's go through some more comments. I disagree with D. JP is a right deal. When Vieira saw what Mateta and Edouard can do together up front, I think that was when he realized he needs to keep them, which is a good point. But then again, how many times have they played up front together? Anton says squad depth. No, squad didn't need much of a change, to be honest. More players to come back, which is, we didn't need to bring in that. We don't need to bring in anyone. For me, anyways, I personally think we don't need any players. Bringing in players would have been good, and I think Vieira wanted to bring in players because he did talk about experience and he did talk about maybe bringing in more experienced players. That's why we were linked with Aaron Ramsey, who went to Rangers. He left Juventus. Linked with the likes of Donny van de Beek. Linked with Dele Alli, who's done it in the Premier League. So these are experienced players that make sense based on what Vieira said. We haven't got them though, and I wonder how Vieira feels about that. I don't think he's going to be upset, but I think he would have liked at least one more signing, at least another midfielder based on who we're trying to target before the window shuts.
Yeah, I think we're ready to get another one.
Yeah, Aaron Wan-Bissaka back would be great. Would you guys take Aaron Wan-Bissaka?
100%.
Yeah. All right.
No.
No. Why not?
Just to be contraire.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hear him out.
Go on. Why not? Why not?
I'll tell you why. I'm very petty. Right? I'm very petty. When he went to United, he pulled up a shirt that said he was a United kid fan since he was a kid. So you know what? Stay up there then.
Why? But if he's actually United fans as a kid, why would he lie? Like, what do you expect him to say?
I mean, we've got Wilfred Zaha who admitted to being an Arsenal fan as a kid.
Doesn't hold up didn't put out a picture when he was a kid wearing an Arsenal shirt.
Yeah, but trust me, if you join Arsenal, you'll probably say the same thing. And
by the way, is he leaving? Is Wolf? I'm sorry, did I hear any Wolf rumors this window?
No. But what I'm saying is, I don't want to get into it. I just said
I'm very petty. I just said that to you. I've said that about the Everton situation. I don't care. If you want to, he's gone. It's okay.
Y'all know Patrick holds grudges.
Big time, T. Tell him again, man.
The only pettiness that I had to move on from transfers, players especially leaving, was Balassi. I'll be honest with you, because I'll never forget his last game for Palace. He didn't really have a good. He didn't really say goodbye to us in his last game, and that upset me. But I'm over it now, anyways.
You could tell he loves.
I was at the ground, Patrick. He didn't say goodbye to the fans in that game.
I'm gonna DM. He's in my DM. Should I DM him that you're upset and see what he says?
He can come on.
I'm gonna DM Yannick right now, saying you're upset. See if he'll come on the show.
Yeah. He can come on if he wants. I was upset about that. He just walked off. He didn't say goodbye to us. I was still upset about that.
Neither did Andrew.
Nick,
but that's a whole different scenario. That was
he just had his arms around Leslie.
Thank you.
Maybe Andrew. I don't think Andrew wasn't sure he was going to be leaving. It wasn't.
Let's not forget when Balassi left, he wanted to leave. He was pushing for that deal as well. It made it a bit sour.
That deal for us was a steal.
It was a steal. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy about the deal, but I don't like the way he wanted to move away. And
I love Yannick, but that was a steal. Absolutely.
Yannick and AWB were.
Of course. Thank you. Exactly. Yeah.
You're right. We won. I don't care what you say. We won.
Win-win.
Yeah, we won.
What percentage of that money did he get, Balassi? What percentage of the 35 million?
No idea.
I want to leave for that percentage. And I've supported Paris all my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but gents, I got to jump off here, man.
You off?
Yeah, I gotta jump off here. I'll be back in a little while. I gotta go handle
Alright,
some
then, no
business,
worries,
but then I'll be back
All
a
right,
little bit towards the
Alright,
end.
then, no
Yeah,
worries.
just rid the house of Dr. Pepper, man. It's a child's drink.
I'm coming back drinking one just for you.
Don't you dare put that,
All right,
that
man.
content on here. All right.
All right.
Yeah. Anton said we saw Yannick for the right money go over it. Look, people are misunderstanding me. I'm not upset about him leaving. I'm upset on the way that he left. That was my only issue. The way that he left, he seemed like he was. I get it. I get why he wanted to move because that was a big deal for him. Everton at that point were in a way better position than we were, and he was going to move on to the next level. And injuries hurt him. Looking in hindsight, yes, it was a great deal, but if he didn't get injured, man, maybe he would have been a great player for Everton. But the way he left Palace, that's the thing that annoyed me the most because you can see that he was pushing for it. And in his last game, just if we all know we're leaving, just say a proper goodbye.
And I'll say this: D and I gone way back and forth on Balassi. He doesn't like Balassi, guys. I'll tell you right now. I don't care what he's saying out now.
I like Balassi. I like
Punching you like Balassi. You saw the Balassi in so many comments.
Punching, I like.
I said that you like punching, but you slandered Balassi big time in private conversation. Don't lie. You don't like him.
I've gone to punch him many times. You're getting confused. Me and Jason.
You hate both of them then? Okay, you hate both of them.
Not both of them. I was saying, all right, Patrick, let's just say this. Towards the end of Punch's career, Paddy's career, was he not running in circles?
Why not we look at the entire career and the fact...
That's the thing that annoyed me.
And the fact he's out punching and we get relegated 3 times.
100%. I can look at the camera and say 100%.
Okay,
I can say 100%. He was.
At the end of the career, he wasn't great. I agree.
Very good.
Right. At the end of the career, he wasn't great. I agree. But I look at the entire career, not that one time. I look at the entire career. He was brilliant for us. You had the cup final, right? Were you at the cup final? Right. How did you feel when that goal went in?
Oh, that was the best. I've never felt like that in my life.
Thank you. I was there too. Never felt better in my life.
Oh, exactly.
So
but
we'll leave it there, right?
But
no, there's no but.
I was annoyed about. No. There is a but. Because let me explain my point. Towards the end, it's not just a point. I remember he was one of our own. We love Sack. Like that was
right.
It felt like at a certain point that was a criteria why people wanted him to start because he was one of our own.
Right.
That's what annoyed me because I was like,
okay,
this guy ain't doing nothing on the pitch. He's been fantastic for us.
Blame the manager for picking him.
We're not here talking right now.
Blame the manager.
But it wasn't just a manager. It seemed like lots of
the manager picked him.
I just thought that his time was done.
Okay.
I just thought his time was done. That's why I was upset about it because just because he was one of our own, it's like let's start him. I didn't understand that logic.
Alan Cedric in the chat says if you watch the War Eagles Dare video. There you go.
Yeah.
Yannick was gutted to leave. Do you think Yannick was one of those players who was only good for one club?
It didn't look like it when he left.
Do you think he was one of those players though that was only really good for one club and didn't really fit in anywhere else? Because he did seem.
No, you can't say that.
I know he was injured at Everton.
I think the injury hurt him at Everton. I think he would have been okay at Everton had he been fit. He had Lukaku, but I just think that with us he was in his prime basically. But I think injury at Everton really really hurt him. It was a terrible injury, by the way. Terrible injury he had. So
the buggy to pick him out of Bristol City as well.
Exactly.
I mean, that was
Rovers, right? Wasn't it Rovers?
No,
what did he get? No, Plymouth. Was it Plymouth?
I think Bristol.
Was it Bristol?
I don't know. I remember he went abroad, then he came back to England. I don't know.
He's been a lot of club before he came to us, that's for sure.
Exactly.
We were sort of linked. I only mentioned on one news item that we were linked with Christian Eriksen. With his dodgy ticker, would you be happy?
I would have taken him. I would have taken him.
So you'd have taken. All right. Let me ask you a question, Patrick, because this is what annoys me.
Before you go into it, right? I'll tell you what. Before you go, that was one. I don't hate Eriksen. I always hated Dele Alli. So if you're gonna don't compare Alli. And Van Beek was gonna be a loan deal. So which I don't, So go ahead, ask me the question.
So where would Christian Eriksen fit in this side? Because you love asking me these questions about Dele. Where would Christian Eriksen fit?
Again, we have to just with Dele, we'd change our formation around. He'd be more of an attacking. Obviously, he's a 10, right? So he had to play behind the striker. So we play probably with Hughes. With Hughes, yeah, he would open us up. Listen, again, I like Chris Nelson as a person, as a player, and I thought that situation that happened during the summer was awful. So I'm a little sympathetic towards him. But again, I'm not saying we should have signed him, but I would have preferred him over Dele Alli or Beek for sure. So you're right, he wouldn't fit in. So it would have been as just as silly as signing those two. So which is probably why we didn't sign him in the first place or approach him.
So quick mention to one player, Zaha. How many times have we spoke about Zaha in this January transfer window?
Just when I mentioned him before. When I said, how come we haven't mentioned him in the transfer window? That was
Exactly. What do you guys make of it? What do you guys make of Zaha's future at the club now? Do you think he's changed and he's actually happy at Palace and he wants to stay at Palace? Can we see a Zaha contract extension coming soon?
Well,
another one.
Go ahead, Nick.
The way I see it is that there was always speculation because he was the main man at our club and the main man for the media to write about. Now he's not the only person at our club, so the media can write about other people. But Steve Parish said a few years ago, that 90% of the stuff he reads about in the newspapers is absolute bullshit. And I tend to believe him. So I think a lot of the speculation around Zaha was just that, made up by the newspapers to get clicks, to sell copy. Now we've got lots of other players that they could write about. He's kind of dropped back a bit, I think.
I don't think it's that. He handed in a transfer request.
It's just hype.
No, but he handed in a transfer request. Remember, I think it was to Everton. What was it, like 2019 summer, where he didn't actually come into training?
It was every year. Every year they spoke about it, but one year.
So you're telling me that the Zaha rumours were false? That Zaha didn't want to leave Palace? You're telling me that, Nick?
I think they were. Exaggerated somewhat.
You can't have it exaggerated and the player not turn up to training. He wanted to leave Palace, and as I said, there's nothing wrong with that because I understood it. We had no ambition going as a football club. Even us as Palace fans watching Palace last season and the season before, maybe you could debate it. That what are we trying to do? We had an agent squad, and it would just pass it to Zaha, and that's it. How can Zaha grow as a footballer if he's going to be stuck in the system? Now, that scenario has changed over the summer because we have brought in younger players. We have brought in Patrick Vieira, which seemed like he has a good relationship with Zaha. And I think that's the reason why we haven't heard about Zaha leaving, is because of that. Not because, there's other players to put transfer rumors about and Zaha was fabricated. Zaha did want to leave Palace. He did. Well, not just according to the papers. I'll bring out quotes as well. I'm pretty sure he spoke about it as well. Like, even Roy Hodgson said it. Don't you remember when Roy Hodgson said that he's not too sure if his head is in the game right now because he wants to leave the club? Don't you remember them quotes?
Yeah, I kind of remember that. But
yeah,
the thing the irony is now is the time that we can afford. How do I put this? It wouldn't hurt us as much if he went now compared to the times he wanted to go before. So there's the irony, isn't it? We wouldn't miss him as much if he went. And now he
agree
wants
with
to
that?
stay.
Do you think, Patrick? Do you agree that right now we could get rid of Zaha and be all right?
I don't know if we could get rid of him and be all right, but I don't see at this point why he'd want to leave. He's got a manager he likes. We're on the up. He's going to be 30 in November. I mean, what will we get from him at this point? I don't really see the point in that. I know he's so dad. He's got a young son now. He's got 2 young sons. He's got a girlfriend living in London. I just don't see why he want to leave. I mean, no one's been in for him. I also aren't going to be in for him at this point. Tottenham are in the big club, so why would he want to leave?
Wait, I'm just in the transfer room, and this is funny.
Oh, okay.
I'm just warning. No, that's not what you said. Warning. Okay. I don't believe this is true. And I'm just right now. Nah? No, it's just a funny transfer rumor that I don't know who even thinks about this, but Ousmane Dembele will now join Crystal Palace before deadline day. With FC Barcelona desperate to get the Frenchman out of the club, they have agreed a late Palace bid in the region of 7 million euros. Dembele is minutes away from touching down soil. The guy's got 2 followers, by the way, but I just thought it was just funny. Like, how on earth do you think about linking Ousmane Dembele to Crystal Palace out of all teams?
He's got 1,700 followers. He's following too. He's got 1,700 followers.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, but
he's also said Luis Suarez is seriously considering
going to West Ham. I mean, come on.
This guy just doesn't. I think he's a Barcelona fan that's just trying to move players away from his club.
He just
trying to create something.
He just makes up stuff, and then this is ridiculous.
What a life, man!
The Bellin is moments away from touching down on British soil.
That's what he is.
It's so dramatic.
What airport does he land on grass? Sure, he lands on concrete. But there you go.
No, he's been linked with Chelsea. Seriously enough, Chelsea have linked with him just now. I just saw on Sky.
He could
so that makes a bit more sense than Palace. So whatever. What do I know?
Austin says keep Wilf till he retires and then hang his jersey up in the rafters or whatever he's doing in England. Josh says no. This was a couple of years ago. Sorry. Come Natural says remember Hodgson not picking Zaha for England was the reason he chose Ivory Coast. Josh said I saw a couple of links of Zaha to go PSG. Come Natural says Zaha needs to stay now. That ship has sailed. Alan says Wilf is much happier now. He even smiles in training. Have we actually missed him while he's been at the AFCON?
Even smiles at training.
Have we missed Wilf?
Have we won any games since he left? We won one game since he left.
Why he sounds so? I didn't say anything. I just asked a question.
I'm just saying, we won one game. We beat Millwall. I mean, like, have you missed him? I mean, we haven't won any game where he's not been around. So I'd say a little bit, but what do I know?
Yeah.
I look at the stats. I'm a stat man.
All right, let me ask you a question. Have we missed Wilf more, Keiko Kiate, or Jordan Ayew?
Well, I missed all three. It's a great point. It's a great point. I missed all three. So
yeah, Zaha will have grown up since AFCON. CJ says Zaha will retire at the club, which will be great. And I wanted to be the all-time appearances, but I've done a calculation, and he needs to be running down the wing to like the age of 36, which is going to be a bit difficult. Who would want to play hospital wheels for Dembele? Retired in number 11. All right. So let me quickly go and check out the latest. So Osman Dembele, that caught me off guard. Aaron Ramsey, he's gone. Palace's rumours player. He's gone to Rangers, which is interesting. Interesting move for him. Apparently, Juventus are covering all his wages, which is surprising as well. So would you guys so talking about players that we were linked with, we talked a bit about Dele Alli, Van der Beek, and Nketiah as well. Aaron Ramsey was another player that was rumoured with. And actually, Patrick Vieira spoke about him pre-meal saying on the lines of, I'm paraphrasing, how he liked Aaron Ramsey. He thought he was a very good player because someone actually asked him whether he'll take him out Palace. And based on what he said, it seemed like, he would if we had the opportunity. Would you guys have been happy with Aaron Ramsey joining the club?
If I could guarantee he'd be injury-free.
I think he's a great player.
He is a great player.
Just like Dele Alli.
Class is permanent, form is temporary, as they say. So, I think he would if he could have stayed fit. But we'll see how he gets on at Rangers. But I think it would have taken too long for him to get up to fitness, given that he hasn't played for so long at Juve. So, if we're looking for somebody instant, not that we're getting back with Plange, but...
Yeah, I mean, as I said before, if the player doesn't really fit into your system, I don't see why you pay money for him. I'd rather have had him than Dele Alli, but again, I'm not sure the wage we were looking to put out for him would have made sense. I'm not really sure. I could have sworn he plays off the left or the right for Wales when I see him play, so... How would that really work out when you've got like Wolf and Ayew and Olise and Eze playing out wide? So I don't know how he fits in. He's a good player. He's a good player when he plays for Arsenal. So
you're going to be happy about this. Dele Alli has just signed his contract with Everton. Time for official announcement now. So
only happy to get relegated.
Dele Alli has gone to Everton, so he's not joining Palace. There's no chance even of last minute. I don't know. Parish.
Yes, get in. Yes, get in.
Yeah. All right. All right, cool. Well, hopefully he doesn't do well for them, but I just thought there's a player in him there. I don't know. Even if it doesn't do well for Everton, I just wanted to know that it doesn't mean that he wouldn't have been a good player for Palace. Yeah, just remember that, Patrick. It's been brilliant. Good night, guys, up the Palace. Thank you, Luke. We're still here. We're gonna have a quiz. We're gonna have a quiz soon. Do you guys think it's time for a quiz? Should we have a quiz?
Yeah.
Can you give me 5 minutes comfort break, and then I'll be back.
All right, then you can. You can have your comfort break. I don't know what that is, but you can have your comfort break. We'll read through some more comments and look through Twitter for some interesting transfer rumors.
He's going to the potty. He's going to the potty.
You can just tell. Like, I'll just say I'm going to toilet. Like. Comfort break. What is that? But as Nick has gone to his comfort break, we'll wait for Nick before we start the quiz. And for the quiz, we're going to do guess the Palace player. Basically, what it is, it's going to be pretty simple concept. I've blurred out a couple Palace players' faces, and Patrick and Nick and you guys have to guess who they are. I don't think it'll be that hard. We'll start with 10, and after 10, if we want to do more, then we can do more. But it should be interesting. There's some interesting players that I put out there, and I don't know if you guys will get every one of them without my clues. It should be fun. So looking at latest rumors as well. Let's see if there's anything coming from the Twitterverse. No. It's just Derby County manager. No.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
And I say absolutely not. I hate Lingard more than I hate Dele Alli. So no. Wouldn't take him.
So you wouldn't take Jesse Lingard out Palace? Who
No,
on earth would you take out Palace? Because right now, this show, for the last hour and a half, I've given you so many names, and you're like, no way.
I would take Ibrahim Sangari from Ivory Coast. Plays that in Holland. I'll take him. A DM. I want to play that fit into our system. I don't want to take players just because they have a name. And again, not that Dele Alli and Lingard and Ramsey aren't good players. They are, but they don't fit. They don't fit into Palace for me personally. But again, that's just me. Ross
Dan
Barkley?
Burn, he's off to Newcastle. Oh, Ross Barkley.
Yes! Going back home. Good. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Well, do you think you're happy with that?
Well, he left Brighton, so yeah. He left
Well,
Brighton.
you think he's a quality player then? You think he's a quality player?
He left Brighton, so that makes Brighton weaker, doesn't it?
Fair enough, but then again, they've got money to invest.
Newcastle have a lot of money. Newcastle got a lot of money, though.
Yeah, they do. Aaron Ramsey, yep, that's done. So you're just waiting for Nick, because I don't know where on earth he's gone. He's gone to the toilet, I think. I don't know what comfort break actually means, but send in your general Palace questions or live questions. Let's talk about them.
Can I ask you a question, D?
Yeah.
Were you at the FA Cup final?
Yeah, I was there.
You remember who scored the winning goal?
Jesse Lingard.
And you want him to come to Palace?
Do you know?
The guy who
what's one
broke
special
my heart.
feature about
That moment destroyed me for about 6 months. I'm being very serious.
6 months.
And I want him to come to Palace. Yeah, 6 months. I was really
I can go
upset.
to the FA Cup like this. Look, I can go Wembley like this and see that goal. I'm looking at it right now. I'm there.
Right.
It's ingrained in my memory. So I see I'm looking towards the right because I was on this side.
I don't want that guy. That guy
Lingard gets the ball, and from my angle, it flies top left and it goes top bins.
Right.
And then goes off to celebrate towards that side. It's just there. It's on replay. It's one of the features.
The best part is that delayed sound from the cheering. You hear the fake Man United fan. It didn't happen right away. Back in the net, you hit. Then all of a sudden, like a second later, then you hear that sound coming. The cheering comes. Nah, man. I don't want that guy nowhere near my club. Seriously. No.
The funny thing is, you know, he's nearly 30 years old. He was like that young prospect back then, and he's now nearly 30 years old. And he's had. I would like him at Palace for his playing abilities, but if you don't want to because of what's happened, then that makes sense as well for Jesse Lingard. But I don't know. So where is he going? Is he staying at Man United? Because I heard Newcastle.
Yeah,
West Ham.
West Ham. They won't let him go West Ham. They're scared they might get top 4. And Newcastle, they're afraid Newcastle might stay up, so they want to. Whether Newcastle get relegated next year when they have all that money to spend, they might rival United for signing. So they're not gonna let him go anyway. He's gonna stay and sit on the bench, rot on the bench.
All right. What? So Nick, are you've had your comfort break?
I'm comforted, yes.
All right. I don't know if I want to know what that actually means, but hopefully you had a nice break. Are we ready for the quiz? Actually, before the quiz, let's say this. Would you take Gallagher for 40 million this summer? I'll take Gallagher for whatever money.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen though. Yeah, I would take it. It's not happening. It's not happening
at all. You don't think there's
no chance of we signing Gallagher.
What's the most you pay for him? What's the most you pay for him? If you could get him, what's the most?
40 million.
No more.
And they want they're gonna ask for 50, 55. There's no way. Yeah. There's no way. There's no way.
All right, let's get into this then. Let's get into Palace, Chris. I got a little
music.
Yeah. Come on, we're trying to professional around here now. So as I've mentioned before, and I'll mention it now because Nick wasn't here. I'll lower the volume because I don't want to speak over the rock music. Anyways, so Nick, as I mentioned there, and if you just joined us here, we're gonna go over quiz. Guess the player. So I've blurred out players' faces. Straightforward. You have to guess a player. I can give you clues. and whoever gets the most points, they win. If you're watching at home, go get a pen, turn on your phone, and write your scores. Let us know how you guys have done, and if you can guess the player. To be fair, these are pretty easy. So if you don't get them, then I don't know for you, but you should actually get them.
What do we win?
You win.
Do I get to sit in the front on the next away game if I win?
You get absolutely nothing. That's what you get.
All right, okay.
All right. All right, so let's do a quick trial run. If you guys don't know him, then right now I'm going to remove you from the stream. So, for example, I will put out a player like this. And if you tell me this guy's Wayne Hennessy, I am removing you. Who is this guy?
Julian Speroni.
Exactly. So, once you guess it, I'm going to show you the player, whether you got
Look at these
correct or
graphics.
not.
Oh my god, this guy's
And-
professional.
And we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to the next player like that. All right. All right. Someone said, "Who the fuck is that?" Are you serious? Are you serious?
No,
Who the-
Julian Speroni.
Out of all the players, say who the fuck? Come on, man. No disrespect to Jules. All right. We get started. So whoever gets it first, they will get a point. Straightforward.
Oh wow. Okay.
All right.
Get it out. Scream it out.
Yeah, actually, how should we do this? Should we have a bit more? How
Nah,
should we do this, chat?
Just scream it out. It's better to do it. Yeah. It's better.
Alright then, no looking at the chat, by the way. Both of you, no looking at the chat.
Alright, hold on. Let me.
Just sound like
How
this
do
here,
you clear the chat? I don't know how to do that.
Huh?
Oh, go to. How do you clear the chat? Private chat. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, so clear the chat. Nick, you haven't got a chat out, yeah?
Private chat. How do I clear it?
Just click on like private chat and
Private
go
chat.
to the private chat. Then it'll
Yeah.
just get rid of it.
All
See
right,
it on the
cool.
right hand
Ready?
side? I'm ready.
Are we
Nick's cheating
ready,
now, I can tell.
ladies and gentlemen? Oh, Nick, don't cheat.
Do,
Don't
do,
cheat.
Got it.
All right, Patrick. Yeah, T just said it. Make them say ding. Just say ding when you want to answer, rather than shout out. Just
Ding?
say ding. Yeah.
Okay.
I just
I'll
want you
say
guys
ding.
to say ding. All right. All right then. Let's get started. By the way, if there is any transfer announcements or breaking rumors, then I will list them out. Of course,
End-
we're not just gonna
end
read
the
them.
quiz.
Yeah. So of course, the latest rumors is that Johan Philippe is going to sign on a 4-year contract. So that's the 4-year deal, which is quite surprising to me.
What about the
for a long-term deal.
Barcelona, Donny? I
It's
thought
not
that was the
close.
latest one.
That's not
Yeah,
real.
Dembele to Palace is gonna happen.
All right, cool. All right, should we get ready? Yeah, I'm gonna put
Yes.
rock music again because come on, let's just get hyped up. All right, let's go. Let's move on to the first official player because the last one didn't count. So let me bring him out.
Ding,
Ding 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 ding.
ding.
Nick, go on.
Nathaniel Klein.
Yeah, I think
All right.
first. That's
I'm
all
gonna
right.
start easy. It's gonna get a bit more difficult. It's gonna get well. Hopefully it does. It's gonna be a bit embarrassing if it ends in like 5 minutes time. So Nick's got 1 point. So 1-0 to Nick. Let's move on to the next player.
Ding.
Ding 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 ding.
Nick again. This is-
Will Hughes.
all right. You get the point.
No,
now, yeah?
listen,
You get the point of the game.
Patrick's in America. Have I seen the picture before him?
Nah, he's
No,
being
you're
biased,
right.
man. He's being biased. Recency bias.
No,
not happy.
All right, let's move on to this player.
Ding
Then you...
ding
oh,
ding ding.
Yes,
ding,
Patrick, go on.
ding. Emmanuel Adebayor.
Yes, 2-1. I like that.
done.
Nick, see?
And I get the hard one too. Yeah.
Yeah, you get the hard one. All right, talk about hard one. Guess this player. Go on, talk to
Ding
me
ding
now.
ding 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 ding.
Don't tell me you're gonna get this right. Go on, who?
Danny Gabidon.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, Danny Gabby.
Guess this player. If you want
Oh, I'm
clues,
not-
let me know.
Go, give us a clue.
I know it is.
Hold on. I want to see the chat. I want to see the chat guess as well. I don't want to move too fast.
Can I make another guess or no?
No. You have to say ding before you
Ding.
guess. Actually, you can't.
Ding.
Wait. Let the chat.
No.
All right. So Patrick, well, Nick, you giving it to Patrick?
I know it is because just play you make fun of all the time.
Oh, I think
Did
you
we
might
get
go
it
right.
from Leeds?
It's Jimmy Kebe, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I knew you make it. You make fun of all the time.
It's
Yeah,
Jimmy
exactly.
Kebe.
Jimmy
2-2.
Kebe.
Nick, he's
Jimmy Kebe.
doing a Christian Ball on you, but the 2-2 version. It's
Christian
2-2.
All right.
Move on to the next player. This should be easy.
Ding, ding,
Peter
ding,
Ramage.
ding, 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 ding. You say ding.
First of all, don't shout it, Nick, and say ding. But it's not Peter Ramage. Go on, Patrick.
Ding, ding.
Yeah.
Based on the tattoos, Damien Delaney.
Yes! 3-2.
That's a
I
young
love this
Damien.
comeback. I love this comeback.
What a comeback.
I don't need any
2-0.
clues. I don't need any clues.
2-0.
All right.
It's
It's
3-2.
not 2-0. 2-2. 2-2.
3-2 now. 3-2. I just took the lead.
No, you didn't.
No, I did.
did.
Okay, I
3-2.
got.
3-2 to
Jules
us.
one
three in
didn't
a row.
count. The Jules
No,
one
I
didn't count.
okay. Can you stop? I got Delaney. I got Kebe.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I got
3-2.
Adebayor.
Adebayor.
What a
Oh,
host
That
I
was
am,
three.
yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's 3-2.
Okay.
It's
Just
3-2.
checking, yeah. All
It
right.
is 3-2. This should be easy as well based on the photo.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ding.
Oh, we said that first.
I said it
I think it
first.
was.
No, I'll give it to him.
Oh,
I'll give it to him.
jeez. I need VAR. I need VAR.
Just a manager. I'll give it to him. It's 3-3. Give it to him. I'll give it to him. Okay.
That's
Right.
Sean Derry.
It is.
Yes.
definitely is.
It is Sean
Yep.
Derry. I'm gonna do more. I'm gonna make it way more difficult. Watch. I'm gonna go on Homes or not now. I'm gonna find random players that's played one appearance for the club. And
Random
you guys are gonna
players.
be out here for like 2
Like
hours.
Jimmy Kebe.
So it's 3-3. It's 3-3.
Yep.
It's tight. It's tight.
3-3.
It's tight. All right.
Chris Campbell.
Next player.
Ding, 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 ding.
Is that Prince
Yes,
Harry?
Patrick.
That'll be you. Barry Benan. Barry Benan.
Yes. 4-3. 4-3. This one, I hope this one gets you guys off guard. Let's go. Next.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding.
Patrick said the first.
I got it. That's part of McJedley. That's Jedley. Ledley. Ledley.
Jed-
Ledley. Ledley.
Yeah,
Ledley.
I was about to
Ledley,
say. I was about to
McJedley.
say.
Ledley.
Oh, see, I got someone. Someone said Melee. That's what I wanted.
That would have been a good. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
see,
that would-
two of them. I got two of them. You can't even hide
Yeah.
it. I've seen your
Those
comments.
days.
I got two of them. That's what I wanted.
Indeed.
That's what I wanted.
Joe
People thinking it's
Ledley.
Melee. It is Joe Ledley. So is it 5-3 to you, Patrick?
5-3. Yeah, it's getting ugly now.
Nick, you have to do. you have
Come
to
on,
get this
Nick.
one.
Ding. Patrick Bamford.
Oh my god.
Hey, so
Bamford.
smooth.
Oh
So
my god.
smooth.
Bamford.
Just a
Bamford.
quick ding, Patrick Bamford.
Oh. Oh.
5-4.
Get him off
My
that screen down.
My
Like
stomach
it's
hurts. Yeah,
overtime.
get him off.
This-
Get him off. My stomach hurts. Get him off.
All right, last one. This is the only last play that I've got. I'll add more if you guys want it, but last one for now.
Oh, ding.
shit.
Let me get Fraser. Let me get
Where's
Campbell.
Campbell?
Oh man, I just had a howler. I've just had an
Well
absolute
done. That's a
howler.
howler. That's a
Do I get-
howler.
Oh my.
Do I get a
How
bonus
many-
point? Do I get a bonus
Oh
point if I
my
tell you the
No.
opponents of that game?
It's Hull
I've just
City.
had a howler.
Whole City.
Hull City. I won 5-4. Game over. Well played, Nick.
That
Yeah.
reminds me of the Swansea Palace
I've just
goal.
been had a
5-4.
WhatsApp from Mrs. Nick about the shouting, so I need to calm down a bit. The
Oh,
games are making me too excited.
Oh no, I just had a howler, man. That could have been just so dramatic, and it could have been 5-5. It could have been 5-5, and it just gave
Yeah.
it away. We're gonna continue this. Let me stop the music now.
No, it's okay. 5-4 is good. Ended at 5-4. I like that.
You didn't like 5-4 scores before.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah,
I like it
Swansea.
now, though.
5-4 is not a good score to end on.
It's a bit too Swansea
That's-
for my liking.
Jeez.
Oh
Well, at
my
least Henry
God.
remembered the game. It was 3-3 Hull City away. So that's like a bonus point there. But that
Oh,
is an
nice
epic
one.
fail.
Nice.
That
One
is
of
an
my
epic fail.
favourite ever Palace moments at Selhurst was when we beat Hull City 4-0 and Steve Bruce spent the last 15 minutes in the pissing rain staring at his shoes, looking like a forlorn teddy bear that he was. It was just so joyous just to see him look so miserable. Where is he now, Steve Bruce? Is he selling dodgy houses still?
Oh, Palace just tweeted. Palace just tweeted right now. Keep deep in plunge. Keep deep in plunge. It would seem like we're getting
What?
an announcement right now.
What? What was that?
Keep deep in plunge. We're getting
That
an announcement.
That don't like the wording on that. It sounds
Oh
weird.
my days! I just got scammed. It's not official announcement. Fuck's sake. Yeah, it's a bonus. It's a burner account. What? That just whoever done that, flipping idiot, just caught me off guard.
That was an in-betweeners tribute.
It's an account with like 2 followers. So nope, it's not again announced yet. You guys all fell for it just like I did. So no, that's I thought the announcement was gonna happen. It looks like it will go through one condition according to Football London. Let me quickly see what this report is saying. EFL named one condition that will allow Crystal Palace to sign Luke. I was about to say Plange. How do you even say his name now? Fuck, that burner got messed up.
Plange.
Yeah, that's it.
You're not posh.
Plange or Plange.
Yeah.
Plange.
Plange.
But there's one condition according to Football London. Let's just see what they've said. Okay, so according to Football London, that just came out right now, a report, Crystal Palace's decision to sign Derby County's teenage striker Luke Plange looks to go ahead, but only if the 19-year-old salary does not increase as part of his move to Selhurst Park.
Oh, wow.
That's interesting.
That
is interesting. That is according to Football London. So EFL's condition is that the deal goes through if his salary does not increase.
That makes sense because of the whole administration part, but we'll just give him a salary bump when he comes in the summertime. So, you know what I mean? So, that makes sense. So. That makes sense.
That was, that's interesting. Hopefully that doesn't cause any troubles for us anyways. Hopefully the deal's still done. But the interesting report from Football London that Mark Watt, I think it is, that reported that his salary can increase. So I guess we sign him on a short-term deal, if it's like that, and then in the summer give him. When does it actually end? How does this?
You could sign him now, but then don't give him a salary increase until he joins us in the summertime. Like I said, you know what I mean. So give him the £1 million now, keep him on a Derby salary for now, and then give him a bump when he comes in the summertime. You know what I mean?
Are we saying that Derby are going to have to pay his wages for the deal?
Until now, exactly.
Derby are in financial.
Right, they couldn't afford to pay him a Palace salary, right, for the next month, even though it was a Palace.
Why don't we pay for his wages?
You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to, apparently. When you're in administration, you can't do it. You're not allowed to when you're in administration.
Oh, wow. So that would have made life way just easier, you know. That's actually very interesting that we can't pay his wages. If that happened, then right now we would just that wouldn't be an issue at all. But I guess he still wants to move to Palace. I guess that doesn't change things because at the end of the day, you know, it would be bigger for him right now. With Derby, you don't know what's going to even happen for him.
Right.
So
exactly.
so in the space of 5 minutes, we had an update with Luke Plange it is, and also I just got sucked in. You know, I got fooled by a burn account, so that was great as well. So yeah, that's it for that, and let's move on to our now. As I said before to Nick, don't jump ahead because this is what I wanted to talk about. Let's overview of our transfer window so far because we have done business. It hasn't been first team football maybe, but business is business. And when you look at the outs, I'll start with the outs first. So who's left the club? Jack Rose, he's left the club. Honestly, he doesn't even look like under 23-year-old. He looks like he's 25. Rob Street, he's gone to Newport out on loan. Luke Dreher, Bromley loan deal. Ollie Webber, he's left on a permanent deal to Portsmouth. And Jacob Montez, loan swap. So he's swapped from one club to another club. He's still out on loan. And in Killian Phillips for the academy as well. What do we make of the business so far in this window? I mean, we still got an hour or so left. So more players could come in. Right.
Well, for me, we haven't. Okay. I can hear you. For me, we haven't really done anything for the first team, which is fine. Like I said, I don't think we need any players. I mean, I like the moves we've made for the younger players. Because Ollie Webber probably wasn't going to get a chance to play for us at any point, so why not give him a chance to get out on a permanent? Did you mention? Did you mention O'Brien? Like Jay Rich, Bagley went out also.
Well. Yeah,
O'Brien went to Swindon, get a chance to play, which is good. Luke Dreher is an interesting one. Now, so many injury problems, you know, a lot of potential there, but he's not always going to be 22 now, I think now. And at this point now, it's make or break for him. He's not going to make it at Palace. So hopefully he'll do well at Bromley and then hopefully get a career somewhere else. And the younger players, we got one other player out on loan. Who did you say else went on loan? I know Rose left the club.
Yeah,
Rob Street.
Club.
Rob Street went to
Yeah.
Newport. Hopefully he can get, he'll get some goals out there. So I think what we've done is fine. Again, the only person I would have liked to see him go out on loan if he's not going to play pass, it could be Saki. We already discussed that. It's better he probably stay here under Vieira, get maybe some first team opportunities. So right now, I think the business we've done with the younger kids has been fine so far.
So we've got an update. Sorry, Nick. So Michael Bridge has said the following: good news for Crystal Palace. Mateta will be done any minute now. He will be done any minute now. And also for Luke Plange, however you say his name, for around £1 million, it looks set to be done as well. He'll go back to Derby out on loan. But Mateta announcement should be any minute now from the club. Hopefully, it seems like that deal is done. It's 100% rather than 99%.
It's interesting. That's good to know. Interesting to think back to last summer when Roy left. We had all those players out of contract, and we wondered who was going to come in. And if back then we'd talk about January, we'd have thought we'd have got loads of people in. The fact that we did so much business back then, and we're doing reasonably well now, is testament to Dougie, to Steve, and to Patrick Vieira, isn't it? Because it's almost as if all the pieces are in place already. It's just a case of them getting used to each other a bit more now, isn't it? The fact that we don't have to go out and buy somebody, and the difference it makes when you're not in a relegation slot as well. I mean, look at Newcastle, the amount of players they're buying. I've seen they've just got Matt Target from Villa just come up on the screen. So it's nice to be in that position. I mean, is this the highest we've been at this time of the season in transfer window? I can't remember.
No, we would have been higher under Podge. Remember when Yannick got injured? We were in the top 10 that year. So, but no, I mean, I agree 100%. I mean, in another window, I'd be desperate to sign some players. But honestly, I really like what the board is doing, what Dougie and Parrish are doing together as far as the players. Yeah, I would have liked to have gotten maybe a young CDM to come in, defensive midfielder, but it wasn't. Again, this market in January is always going to be overpriced. So I'd much rather just hold on. We're in a good position. We're in the fourth round of the FA Cup. We've got players come back from AFCON. We've only got now Kouyaté out there still. Got Maka come back from injury. I just think that we've got players now like Mateta is starting to show some form. Lise is playing really well. I want to get a chance for some of the younger players to play and let the players we have now thrive. Again, injury-wise, we're in really good position. I mean, we didn't get anybody injured at AFCON. And again, Maka's coming back. So for me, if you're not going to get a really, really good deal, just don't spend the money. It doesn't make any sense right now.
Do we think, so talking about the players that's actually left the club out on loan, Rob Street, Luke Dreyer, Oli Weber, some of them, do you think any of these players have a future at Palace? Do you think it's just a case of loaning them out so they can go find a club elsewhere and get used to low-level football?
That's what I think. I think Street might have had a chance, but I've watched him play. He scored some goals for 23s, but I just don't think he's at the level of a Premier League player. I think we just gave him an opportunity. And I think that's fair. Give a chance, opportunity for them to shine somewhere else. I mean, why keep getting the 23s that you don't think can play? The one I'm surprised that hasn't gone out is Nia Kirby.
Oh, tweet. Official. It's official. Sorry. Protect your corner flag. Statement by Crystal Palace. Sorry, Patrick, I had to cut you in. It seemed like the club have confirmed it. Protect your corner flag is by Palace's official Twitter account. We've had our first transfer news at 9:55. It's regarding JP. And it seems like, he's signed for Palace. Finally, we've done the business that we've all been waiting for in this window. If you go on Twitter and you can see, well, Patrick just showing you right now. So it seems like JP is officially done, and Michael Bridge, just like I said it will be announced any moment now, and it is announced right now for the club. What a deal! What a deal! It's done. 4 years. That's what the reports are suggesting. Which, that's a long time. We invested in this, and finally, it is done. So, quick thoughts on the transfer now that it's actually complete.
Well, how much did we say it was for in the end?
Well, let's see if the club announce it, but around 11 million euros.
Yeah, so what's that in pounds?
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. What's that in pence, do you say?
Pounds.
Oh, I thought that's what you said.
You're saying old money.
50p.
It's shillings. What's that shilling? I think. Let me just convert right now. Let me convert right now to not lie to you, but it should be around £8 to £9 million. It shouldn't be that much. 11 million euros to pounds. So let's say it's £8 million. Are you happy with that?
I am 100%. A cut price
Should be
deal.
around 9 million, 8 to 9
A
million.
player who's been here, yeah, I think that's a good deal. This again, credit goes out to T. T's been saying that for a long time. You can cut the deal for a better price. Take it. I wouldn't get him 9. Okay.
8 to 9 million.
Should have bought him yesterday. It would have been cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It should be.
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
It's a good deal. I like it.
And what was the initial amount going to be? It was a little bit more than that, wasn't it?
I think it was like 15, yeah. So I had 15, something like that.
So that is a nice discount. nice little. Normally, we talk about you don't really get value in a January transfer window, but we managed to find value. If you look at it like that, I mean, we managed to get a player for cheaper than what we should have. Not if it came to the actual agreement, it should be in around 15 million euros, and we managed to get him for around 11 million. So saving a bit of money there as well. And for the 4 years, it could be a good business. I mean, there isn't much to lose financially. But whether we can have a better striker, then that's a question for another day. But I want to see what
the other week. Do we know?
No, I don't actually know that. I don't know that. It'll probably get reported soon anyway, so I actually don't know that. Do you know that, Patrick?
I don't.
No?
I can look it up if you want. But...
When do we have to rejig the 25? Rename the 25 starting squad?
A couple of weeks after the window closes. A couple of weeks after the window, isn't it? Or a week after the window, yeah.
So let's get your thoughts on it. Let us know what you think about the deal now that it's confirmed. It should be 4-year deal for JP. So Luke says, let's be real, bargain 30-40 million, 18 months time. Excellent. So Luke is on this 30 to 40 million. If that happens, that would be brilliant. So,
Luke said good night. He's back. He said good night before.
He woke up. That's...
Welcome back, Luke. Welcome back.
The JP deal just woke him up.
No, he said it was a good night. He wasn't saying good night. He said it was a good night.
I thought you just
semantics. Got you. Thank you, teacher.
Since he retired, he got downhill, Patrick.
Yeah, exactly.
All we have to see now is JP actually singing the song, and then we're good. Singing the song as the announcement. O'Neill says, I can imagine Dougie and or Steve milk mines for as much of a discount as possible, seeing as they wanted to get rid of JP. T says, Paul Tierney need to officiate the Norwich game at on VAR. So, yeah, there's no Kevin Friend. There's no Kevin Friend for the next set of Premier League fixtures, I believe. Not just.
I wonder why that is.
Yeah,
he's signed for Liverpool. He's signed for Liverpool. That's why he's
signed for Liverpool on a free deal.
Exactly.
He's exclusive to Liverpool now. But that's good though. Just going off transfers. That's good to see that the Premier League actually have listened to the people and are not giving him another game, because I honestly thought that he would get another game, which is good to see. So Stu says Wilf, Eze, Elise, Ayu, Mateta, Edward, and Benteke. Not a bad attack force. Yeah. Looking at the names there and what we've seen so far from some of those names, not bad at all. And competition is healthy. It is very healthy there. I don't think anyone up front is guaranteed. I think Edward is still our best striker going forward, but I don't think anyone is genuinely guaranteed to actually say, be a start for Palace. The 4.5-year deal. 4.5-year deal. Got Patrick and Nick. Do you know who's here?
Say again?
Lucy.
Hey! Hello, Lucy!
How's it going, Lucy?
Hello, Lucy.
Yeah, long time.
We miss you.
Yeah, exactly. Hop onto the show. Oh, yeah. Palace have just confirmed that as well. Johan Philippe has signed a 4.5-year deal with the club. Delighted to have you permanently. So it's 4.5 years. So it's not 4 years, 4.5-year deal with the club. And that, as we said, that's what the reports were suggesting. Long time. Let's see how that works out. There's actually some numbers for him. Crystal Palace career so far. So this is according to the other 14. Johan Philippe so far, Crystal Palace Premier League career, 5 starts, 14 appearances, 515 minutes, 5 successful dribbles, so 0.87 per 90 minutes, 63% dribble success, heading duels 27, 4.69 per 90. So it's not bad. He's good in the air, according to the stats. Chances created 3, Expected assists 0.9. He's had 1 assist, 12 shots, 58% shot accuracy, 70% conversion rate, 1 expected goal, and 2 goals. So he's, as we talked about a couple of weeks ago in Palace Focus, his expected goals has actually been his actual goals scored. So he's expected to score way less goals and he scored more. South London till June 2026. So that is a long time. That is a long time. Good news. He's here basically for his prime. So we won't lose him out. All right. Isn't it nice to have a transfer window where we're in a position where we aren't in a position to have to panic buy? Our friend got a red card. Did we sign the guy from Derby or not? No, we are waiting on that. Hopefully that gets announced soon as well. And that will be our transfer business pretty much done. We're not linked with anyone else. I'll read out some more comments. So let us know, you guys, if you just joined us as well, let us know your thoughts. Whether you guys are happy with the business. Around £9.17 million if you convert it, just over £8 million. So not a lot of money, to be fair, for a Premier League club. They got the interview with him on the site app as well. So T just said that. So I'll quickly go and check what Johan Fleep has actually said about the move. Oliver says, Mateta said his favorite corner flag is the Millwall one.
I like that.
So this is what he has said. He said, I'm happy. I want to say thank you to the gaffer. He trusted in me. And thank you to Dougie Friedman, the chairman, Steve Parrish, and the team and the team and the fans also, and my family. So he's thanking every single person out there. Steve Parrish has added the following, saying, we're delighted to secure the long-term future of Johan Fleep. Coming to a new country and a new team and a new league is not easy. And JP worked incredibly hard to get and then take his opportunities. He has shown his aptitude, attitude, and dedication. We look for, along with his natural footballing ability. I'm looking forward to seeing much more of him in a Palace shirt. So Parrish has said he's happy, and JP's literally thanked every single person in the team. And yeah, you know, he's had 66 goals and 154 appearances in his career so far. So
and D,
it's not a bad player.
It's now on the bottom of the ticker. Breaking news on Sky Sports.
Is it?
Crystal Palace signed John Philippe Mateta. Yeah, so we finally made the banner at Sky Sports. Yep.
Right.
We signed the player. We signed the player. Don't complain, people. We signed the player. Don't complain.
Exactly.
And 55 minutes left on the window, roughly.
Exactly.
To sign one more.
Yeah.
One more.
So let's see if that happens and when that happens. To be fair, I thought Johan Fleet would be the last signing to be announced. You know, I thought because basically he's already at the club. It shouldn't take that long, but it shouldn't be that much of. I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised that he's the first one. We still got one more that we're waiting for. Dembele isn't leaving Barcelona apparently, which is a surprise because he was rumored to go to Chelsea.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so he's not leaving the club. Let's get your general thoughts as well on the Johan Fleep situation. One more signing to go, less than an hour left of the window. And the corner flags right now, they're scared. They are absolutely scared.
Terrified.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the real. Apart from Millwall fans and Brighton fans, I think the corner flags are the real people. They're not people, are they? Real objects that are upset about him signing.
Talking of corner flags, Patrick, what are the chances of us being able to have a different shaped flag on our corner flag posts at the end of the season? Because if you win the FA Cup, you can change the shape of your corner flag, can't you?
Is that correct?
Is that real thing?
Yeah, if you win the FA Cup, you can denote it by having a certain shaped flag on your corner flag.
Still in 2022, or are you talking about 1954's corner flag?
I might be talking about 1964, actually. But no, I'm pretty sure that you can have a triangular flag rather than a rectangular one.
If you win the FA Cup.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna watch Leicester's next match because Leicester won the cup last year. See if their flags are different because I didn't know that was true. Very interesting.
Yeah. I mean, how do you know that?
Unless you made that up.
How do you what do you even search to go and find that actual,
corner flag FA Cup
we've got loan spot available now. We've got loan spot available.
He's got information. Go ahead, Nick.
Tradition holds that only clubs that have won the FA Cup have the right to use triangular corner flags rather than regular square ones.
Amazing.
However, this condition has no basis in the Football Association's regulations, and clubs are free to decide what shapes of flags they use. But if you win the cup you can have a triangular corner flag. You're learning every day, D.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I didn't
dude.
know that. That's a great fact. Great
So
fact.
hopefully Leicester do actually stick to the words, stick to the
And Wigan
tradition.
as well.
Did we? We never won the FA Cup.
No, Wigan. But we're going.
Oh, Wigan. Oh,
Wigan.
okay. Obviously, I thought we did. I was like,
Wigan.
do you know something now? I don't know.
That.
Maybe we're talking about this year. But even then, I don't think we'll be able to change our corner flags.
Dele Alli. Dele Alli. All I gotta say. Dele Alli.
Dele Alli. What about Dele Alli? Do you want to say?
That's why we don't have. That's why we didn't win the FA Cup, because of Dele Alli. That's why we don't have a triangular flag right now, because of him.
We didn't win.
I'm only
Dele Alli with just.
No,
I was about to.
Yeah, I know.
I was about to say, I'm like.
No, the reason we haven't got triangular
It's Jesse
flags.
Lingard.
We've got loan
Mark
space
Sandberg.
available though. If you want to bring in, I don't know, Messi hasn't been on form at PSG. If he wants to come to Palace and play with real footballers, we've got loan space available.
That's right, we do now. We do have a loan spell now. You're right.
Because we signed him on a permanent deal. So if someone wants to come to Palace and play for the famous Patrick Vieira, come through. You're gonna win a trophy at the end of it, the FA Cup. So it's up to you. So let me read through some more just general thoughts on social media, what people are saying. People are saying that he's been great under Vieira till recently. So everyone's pretty much happy. It's a bargain, and it seems like JP is happy with the situation as well. Just give us one more signing. He's got 4 goals and assists in his last 7 Palace starts, which is probably why he's actually signed for us on a permanent deal. 66 goals and 154 appearances. And he's actually if you guys go on Twitter, there's a video of him holding up. Actually, I can show you guys. Let me show you guys. Let me share the screen. So I've never done this before. Hopefully it works. Sharing the screen. All right. Let's see. Window Chrome. I'm going to share the screen so you guys can see what I'm seeing as well right now. Let's see. Let's watch the video from. Can you guys see this screen?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Reload the volume. So is it all fine for you guys?
Yeah, it's good apart from the volume.
How happy are you right now?
So this
Yes,
is this is from Palace TV, of course.
Say thank you of the gaffer. He trusts on me, Dougie, and the chairman, and the team, and the fan also, and my family.
You've been here a year now. What has been your favourite moment so far?
Hey, my favorite moments. I have a lot, but one, my first goal in Brighton, but without fan.
And what's been your favourite corner flag?
My favorite, Millwall.
Grayson is a legend. I swear to God, he's a legend.
Towards the end of last season, how difficult was it for you when you weren't playing?
To stay in a bench, to look at the team, to do nothing, don't play. I work hard, and I knew, like, if the Kafa give me a chance, I will get this chance, and I will score, and we will win. And I know I will stay in.
He's so calm about it. Like, if I get a chance, I'm gonna score and we're gonna win.
What's it been like working under Patrick Vieira?
It's very intense, a lot of intensity.
What do you love the most about being a Crystal Palace player?
The
The fans.
I like the fans.
Yeah, knew it.
I like how we play on the pitch, and I like the players.
Can you describe what is the team spirit like?
Yes, everyone good friends, and me also. I'm a good friend for the team. Yeah, we do.
He's so funny.
And finally, what is your target for the rest of the season?
My
15
ambition
goals.
is still to put more
15.
help the team to win the game and to score also. I'm a striker. My job is to score and to kick the most corner flag.
Kick the most corner flag. Yeah. That's a legend, man.
So it's
A
holding corner
legend.
flags. Hopefully he'll be kicking them. But you know what I love about him? The fact that he's just so calm about it. It's like, I'm just gonna go score a goal. Yeah, that's my job. I'm a good friend. I like he's just so his ambition is to kick corner flags. It just sums him up. That's his ambition.
The thing is, It must have been a done deal a while ago because that interview wouldn't have been done just now, would it?
No,
So
it's in the can,
how long they held on to the news before releasing it?
Yeah.
Typical Palace,
I
right?
don't know when it was on.
So there must
But
be a strategy behind. Well, what time should we let this news go out? How long should we keep the fans waiting for?
Maybe it was done now. Let's not just assume that it wasn't done. It was done like 3 weeks ago. But if you could sum up the transfer window so far out of 10, what would it be now that we have actually signed a player for the first team?
I give it a 7 because you can't really say, oh, we've signed loads of people. You can't be a 10 because we haven't signed loads of people. But had we signed Gallagher or secured Gallagher for the end of the season, it would have been a 10. It might have been more had we got the man of Mateta now, Van der Beek. Might be a bit more had we signed them. But it's hard to tell because with this young Derby player, who we're not going to see till the end of the season, he might turn out to be a better signing than Elise and Eze.
Whoa.
So you never know. He's young. He's good.
Elise is young as well, but Elise has got crazy amount of potential. I mean, hopefully he is good, but to be better.
Yeah, but have you seen him? The Derby fans are saying he's shit hot. So
yeah, but the Reading fans were saying that about Elise as well. But hopefully he is
better.
better.
Look where Reading are now without him.
To be fair, he's not even announced yet, is he?
Yeah, that's true.
So, knowing Palace, something could happen last minute. EFL saying, "All right, enough is enough. We're not going to give this. You took too long. We're not going to allow this to happen." But that's the only sign that we're waiting for 4.5 years. Hopefully, he does do well. So, some more comments, Patrick. We beat Norwich without Will.
Okay, I said when he went to AFCON, he was suspended for that game, wasn't he? Wasn't it after the wasn't he?
Yeah, but we
suspended
still
for that
beat him without Will.
Well, that was my point, though. I said since he's been at AFCON, I didn't say we haven't won any game. We won games without him. Just say we have. All right, whatever. All right, we won a game. We beat Norwich. You're right, we did. The comment was about AFCON. It wasn't about.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm just joking about you. Right. I guess he changed from using Palace as a stepping stone to other clubs to now help the club. Did he say that? Did he say something like that, using the club as a stepping stone?
He said that when he first came, he did, but we forgot about that. That's in the past. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I do remember it.
What's Patrick giving his transfer window out of 10 then? It's hard, isn't it? Because only two players really, and it's.
It might loan deals that's gone as well.
I don't even rate it, honestly. Do you have to rate it? We didn't do anything. We just signed the player we already had, and we signed a player that's for the championship. I don't know. 4 out of 10. I don't even know. It doesn't matter.
4.
It's not like we did anybody here, is it?
We haven't done anything. What have we done? We signed the player we already had, and we signed the championship player. What
another youngster? Well, it's not just a championship player.
What are you gonna rate? What are you gonna rate it as then? What are you gonna rate it as?
It's not 4. I don't think it was bad. I think it's more on the lines of 7.
Okay, so
we didn't need to sign anyone. We didn't need to sign anyone.
Give us your ratings in the chat, please, out of 10. What you think the window's been so far? If you don't mind in the chat.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think out of 10 so far. If you're on Twitter, head over to the YouTube channel because we can't actually see your comments.
I said 4. Nick said what?
Did you say Nick?
6 or 7. 6 or 7.
Right. And you said
7,
what?
right, yeah. I'm going to stay with 7.
Okay, fair enough.
So we've got T saying 7 out of 10. Red, 5 out of 10. Alan saying 6 out of 10. Keep them coming. Let's see what you guys think. And also, if you're enjoying it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. If you're new here,
I love Lucy. Lucy, 5 out of 10. Thank you, Lucy. Love you.
You said 4. Luke says 6.
Oh, 4, 5 is close. It's not like it's a 7.
4 is below average. 4, 5 is close, but 4 is below average.
Okay, so all right, I'll go with Lucy. 5 out of 10. How about it? I'll change
5
it.
out of 10, 6 out of 10. Yeah. 4. We have got 4 if you want to stay with 4.
All right, George.
4. See, he says 4 out of 10. I don't think it's 4 out of 10 is like a bad window. We didn't need to buy anyone, and we brought in a player.
So I would say I don't think you have to re-rate. We didn't really get anybody, so you shouldn't even rate it. We rating it. We didn't do anything really, did we?
Yeah, slightly we did.
I mean, all right. I'm gonna go 5 out of 10. How about that? Average. Since you like average being 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10. 3 out of 10. Only because we didn't get CDM. See, come on, you're betting 3 out of 10.
That's
We didn't
Sean,
need
by
to
the
go and
way.
get CDM right now.
His name is Sean, by the way. That's Sean. I know Sean.
How do you know?
He comes on another show. The other show,
Oh, okay.
with Rich and them. So
Oh, is it?
anyway, I like 3 out. I like that, Sean. 3 out of 10 works for me. He's a big Mateta fan. He loves Mateta, by the way. He loves Mateta. So
he must be over the moon right now.
I
Bag
think
average
they give-
5, Rich is 6.
There you
Tono
go.
said we didn't need to do anything. Yeah, I agree. We didn't need to do anything.
Right.
So if we didn't have to do anything and we done something, then surely that's above average, based on that logic. Does it make sense?
logic does make sense. Your logic makes sense.
We've done something when we didn't have to do something.
That does make sense, D. I'll give you credit for that one. If you didn't do
All right,
nothing,
so
we did
change your rating,
something
Patrick.
anyway.
Change your rating. Forget my own credit. Change it to
6 out of
7.
10. 6 out of 10.
7.
No,
Give me a 7.
I'm not giving you 7. 6 out of 10.
Give it
6 out of 10.
seven.
Above average.
Smappy says, I still think we are light in CM when Gallagher and Kyoto go. Yeah, but I think that's for the summer, really. We didn't. January transfer window is just about, getting players. That
He's mad at me. I told him his name. Look, he's mad at me now.
Now we know.
Sorry,
Now we
Sean.
know.
Sorry, Sean.
Yeah, he's told your whole identity. Now he ain't seen. You're gonna be no sure. All right, so Sean said, I think he said 5. Oh, he said 3. Desi says 5 as well. So yeah, lots of bang averages. I think it's a bit more above average due to the fact that we actually got something done. Interesting, Fabio Carvalho. He's going to Liverpool. Maybe.
Good player, kid from Fulham, right?
Yeah. Only £7 million.
Good player. Oh my God, really? Oh, he's a good player.
I heard £7 million.
He's a good player, Carvalho.
That's
wow.
a half.
But not now, right? He's going in the summer, right? He's not going now, I don't think.
I think he's going now. Is he not?
Well, aren't they in the run for promotion? Why would he leave now? Is it now? Really? Wow. I gotta look.
No, I thought it was now. Anyways, I thought it
Well,
was
it's
now.
scoring for fun, aren't they, at the moment?
Are we expecting one more signing then before 11? Are we expecting it to be signed?
Plange.
To be announced. What did you say, Nick?
Plange.
Plange. Are we expecting Plange to be announced? There's about 40 minutes to go.
Plange.
You know what? I'm actually sort of like proud of ourselves as well. The fact that
I've been on the show for 2.5 hours. Seriously.
Yeah, it was like one of the quietest windows ever, and we still managed to talk for like 2 hours straight about a window in which nothing has absolutely happened, apart from JP joining on a permanent deal and a bunch of loan players who don't really have a future at the club, players leaving out on loan.
You gave it 6 out of 10, by the way, or 7 out of 10.
But we're gonna be. What? You're gonna give this show 6 out of 10?
No, you gave the window 7 out of 10, and if nothing happened, you just said that yourself. Nothing happened. You just said it. Nothing happened. You give it a 7 out of 10. That's what's so funny about you. That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
We're gonna be here live tomorrow. Talk a bit more about the game going forward tomorrow. So if you haven't subscribe already. We're gonna be live at 8 p.m. Talk with the Palace Focus every Tuesday at 8. We're just right now waiting for the last bit of news. Should we do the player guessing one more round? Would you guys want that? You know what we just done? Guess a player.
You mean the one that I won 5-4 before?
You didn't win it. It wasn't done.
Well,
I had 5 and you had 4. How? Oh, the first half. Okay.
Yeah,
Let's do a second half then.
Exactly. 5-4 first half.
This time it's players' wives. Who's the player's wife?
No, he's staying at Fulham. He's staying at Fulham, D. I just looked it up.
Is it?
Romano said he's staying at Fulham until on loan until the summer.
Oh, okay. So he's going to train in the summer.
Which makes sense. I mean, that's a great.
Well, still very cheap deal. Very cheap deal.
Yeah, it is. He's a very good player. Wow.
There doesn't seem to be as much going on this window all over the league, does there? It's a lot quieter than usual.
Well, Newcastle for like.
Have you not seen Newcastle? Exactly. Have you not seen Newcastle, Everton, Aston Villa?
I have a whole new squad, Nick. Have you seen this?
Yeah, but that's the only 3 teams, isn't it? I mean, Newcastle's going to take a very long. How many weeks is it going to take for Thunderbird Head to get that team to gel? We've got so many new faces in there. So that's starting with a new team, isn't it? It's not going to hit the ground running, are they?
Well, if you're a good manager,
take a little while.
If you're a good manager, you hit the ground running.
Yeah, if you're a good manager.
So you don't think Eddie Howe's a good manager?
No,
he's not as good as he thinks he is.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect way to say it. As he thinks he is. I agree with Nick on that.
What, Patrick? You don't agree?
Eddie Howe, I don't rate him at all. I hate him. Why would I rate Eddie Howe? Based on what? What's he done? He brought a team from League One or League Two to the Premier League. I'll give you that. And he got relegated.
Yeah, that's the way. Hold on.
And then he
Let's
got
not make
fired.
that point. That is not easy. That is not an easy thing to do. Like that
Yeah,
is.
well, Patrick's done it on Football Manager, so I think
Millions times. But more importantly, yeah, D with a Russian billionaire owner, not Joe Schmo from Bournemouth, a Russian billionaire owner. So guess what? It wasn't that difficult. It wasn't. So I don't want to hear that plucky Bournemouth my ass. Seriously. No, I don't hear that. I don't hear that plucky Bournemouth nonsense.
Well, they might be getting promoted, so we're going to
Pluck
see them.
what off your ass?
Huh?
Pluck what off your ass?
Plucky Bournemouth.
Oh, pluck corn off my ass.
What is the aim for the rest of the season? What is the aim for the rest of the season from here onwards? So what do you think now with this window done as well? Well, it's not done. It's still
12th
really.
and FA Cup final win.
And do our best to make sure that Newcastle and Watford go down.
Yes, there you go. Beat them. I agree. Beat them 3 times, right? We've got to play Newcastle, Watford twice.
Who do you guys want relegated in the chat? Let me know, please. Because we've had this debate at Back of the Nest for a while now. Who do you guys want relegated? I personally, for me, I've got friends from all types of clubs, so I don't want to upset them. But if I had to pick, I'll pick Burnley.
Yes.
Newcastle.
Yes. Say it. Come on.
I don't want to say
Come on, Roy. Come on, Roy. Come on.
Oh, no. Not Watford. Not Watford.
What?
No.
He wants an easy car journey.
Yeah, easy car journey. Yeah, I want to go on an easy car journey up north.
Wait, you want what? You want
London.
Patrick, you're forgetting. Without Roy, we're probably not a Premier League club.
You're right.
Exactly. So
right. So all of a sudden, I should like a team that I've always hated because he went there. Yeah, no chance.
You're funny. You don't like any team or any.
Can I ask you a question? If you went to Brighton, would you want Brighton to stay up?
What?
If you went to Brighton, would you want Brighton to stay up? Honestly, if Roy went to Brighton, would you want them to stay up?
But no.
Answer the question.
That's different. I said no. That's different.
Why is it different? What's it different?
What do you mean? Watford and Brighton are not on the same level?
They're close. They're close for me.
Wow.
And I was around when the Brighton rivalry started with Mullery and them, so I know that. And trust me, Watford is getting there for me.
It started before Mullery. It started.
Yeah,
there was a couple of friendlies.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, in Division 3. Yeah, but I'm just saying. I remember that. But I'm just saying that it really kicked off with the whole throwing the coin and you're not worth this, blah blah blah. But I'm just saying that the Brighton rivalry is big, and Watford, they're not at that level, but they're very annoying. They're very, very annoying, Watford and their fans. Harry the Hornet. Remember that Harry the Hornet stuff with Wilf and the diving? Come on, man. Seriously, I'm not having that. No, they gotta go down. I don't care who the manager is. They gotta go down.
You know what? The Harry the Hornet stuff makes me laugh because it's actually funny. If you take a step back here and you just look at like everything that's gone on, we're upset over flipping mascot. Our mascot triggered our whole fan base.
And so was our manager at the time, by the way. So was the manager.
Yeah, I know, but it's just funny the fact that a mascot just triggered everyone. But I want to know. So Red says Watford down. Oliver says Watford, Newcastle, Burnley. Would say Brighton.
Perfect.
Brighton are not in the conversation.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Burnley can go down.
Alan says Watford, Newcastle, and Leeds.
I'd take that. I mean, that would work.
If Leeds go down, they'll take more with them than any other team. That's what they say.
He says Watford, Newcastle, Burnley.
That's why T's the man. You know what? Seriously, that's why T is the man right there.
Louis says I reckon Watford would scrape 16th, 17th.
Yeah.
So Louis saying they'll stay up.
Yeah, exactly.
Alan saying got to give Roy a big welcome when we played him at home. 100%. He's a legend. He's an absolute legend for the club. Yeah.
Watford are going down. You know why Watford are going down? Ray Lewington is wearing long trousers. He's not wearing
exactly. He's not feeling it already, is he? Exactly. He's not
in the mood.
Yeah.
Right. He's not in the mood. Kevin said Newcastle, Burnley, and Watford. Nothing against Roy. So lots of people want Watford to go down. And I understand why.
How could you not? See,
look at this picture from JP. Oh my day, this guy he's drippy. Look at I need to share the screen, don't I? Look at this picture. I'm gonna share the screen right now because I want you guys to all see this. This guy is in his own little world. JP. He's in his own
let me see.
Let me quickly 2 seconds. Look at this. Look at this. Hey.
Styling, man. That's pure class right there. That's
Go
style
on,
right there.
JP.
Yeah.
That is style right there.
I love his confidence. That's one thing I do love about like his confidence is up there. Like this guy believes he
You know
is
what?
the man. He
I
is
like
the
this,
man.
by the way. I like this,
What?
but it's not going to happen. I like Everton. I like them going down. That would make. I actually prefer Everton to Watford. Honestly, I hate Lampard more than I hate Hodgson. But yeah, it's not going to happen now. I like that shout though, Sean. I like that. Everton, Burnley, Newcastle would be beautiful. It's never going to happen. Everton aren't going down.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that because of away days. But yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
Although you
That
don't
works for
like
me.
Lampard, Patrick, and I can completely understand why. Because I
No, you don't. No. Let me tell you the reason.
But
Let me tell you the reason why.
No, I know the reasons because you said earlier about his dad and whatever.
Yeah, exactly. It's personal. It's very personal. Yeah.
But
Very
what do you
personal.
make of the comparisons between Gallagher as a player and Lampard as a player?
No, Lampard's a much better player than Gallagher, and I hate to say Lampard was a great player. I
At the
can't
same
compare
age?
Gallagher. Oh yeah, I would say the same age. He was playing first team football for was he 21? Was he'd left West Ham by then, right? And gone to Chelsea or no? I'm not even sure, Tommy. Yeah, I can look it up. But at the same age, I mean, Gallagher only come his own this season. He didn't play this for last year at West Brom. So
Well, that's because he was playing out of position.
yeah, it's interesting. I mean, listen, Vieira compared him to Lampard. Who am I to go against that? But I just think that Lampard was a class player. I didn't like him as a player, but he played for Chelsea. But he's a great player. So I mean, it's hard to compare Gallagher, especially when you look at the career that Lampard ended up having. With Chelsea, all the trophies he won, etc. But I mean, I like that.
What's the potential for Gallagher? What's the ceiling for Gallagher? Do you think? What do you think is the ceiling for Gallagher?
Honestly, it depends where he ends up. I'm not sure.
You know what? With Gallagher, it's an interesting conversation. It's an interesting conversation that we can probably have because we've got a bit of time. Do you think it's Palace's system makes him look better than he is in a way? Because the system suits him a lot. Going to Chelsea when the system is not going to be, because in a way system is designed in a way where Gallagher can thrive, whereas in Chelsea the player has to fit the system rather than the system fitting the player. It's the other way around. So if you can't do it in Tuchel's system, then you're not going to be playing because he's not going to change it up just for you, which I doubt he's going to do for Conor Gallagher. So do you think if he goes back to Chelsea, we could see a different situation with Conor Gallagher?
It's weird, isn't it? Do you say a player, if they're good, should be able to play in any system? Or is a player good even if he can only play in one way?
Yeah, but then again, Conor Gallagher, we've seen him at West Brom. Is the West Brom Conor Gallagher the same with the Palace? The system does play a massive part. I don't think you can say that because
it does.
Because like certain players, for example, if you're a creative player and you're playing for Sam Allardyce, that's not going to really help you, is it? Because he's the total opposite of that. He wants to sit back and then hit you on a counter attack. Yeah. Whereas if you're a creative player playing for Vieira, you're going to look better.
That's not true. Bolton's Allardyce was a very creative team. They had a very lot of creative flair players. Bolton, when it came to Palace, etc., he wasn't as creative. But I know what you're saying, though. Systems make players, and then you're right. I mean, the system has to work for you. That's why I'm afraid if he goes back to Chelsea the way that Tuchel plays. I'm not sure how he fits in because I can't see a player at Chelsea that plays the way he plays. Having said that, would Tuchel tweak his system? He's a good manager to fit Gallagher in, so it might work. I just think so.
I don't think
it depends on how he plays.
No,
there you go. 22 when he went to Chelsea. Thank you, Essex Eagles. So they're about the same age. Gallagher's a year younger than. So he'll be 22 next season, let's say, when he goes to Chelsea. So about the same age. You know what? I think it's comparable as far as their careers, Gallagher and Lampard right now. So
except so Lampard we've got another transfer news. But going back to the academy, Danny Imre and Dylan Thistleton, I think Thistleton have joined Chelmsford City and Farnborough respectively on loan for the rest of the season. So if you guys want to see that as well, I'll share the screen so you can see it. So we've got two youngsters who have also gone out on loan in the last minute. This is coming from Crystal Palace FC Academy. So yeah, Danny Imre, I think, and Dylan Thistleton have joined Chelmsford City and Farnborough respectively on loan for the rest of the season. So good luck to them. I haven't. Do you know anything about them, Patrick?
They're both defenders, I believe. Thistleton and Imre are defenders for the 23s. They haven't. Okay. Imre is actually rated pretty decently by Paddy, I thought, but they haven't featured that much this season. So
Yeah, they haven't gone to a club which is like high up as well.
Right. Yeah,
But
exactly.
yes, Patrick and me love this. Let's all take a minute and laugh at Arsenal.
Wow.
Because
My nephew not in the chat, is he? My nephew in the chat? Where's my nephew? Mr. Big Mouth, is he in the chat? My Arsenal supporting nephew?
It's
I don't
probably
see him there.
not. Trust
I'm
me,
looking.
they're all disappearing now.
Yeah. Let's laugh at Arsenal. I like that. I agree.
They've absolutely had a howl at Arsenal.
they've had a mare.
You know the funny
They've had a
thing
mare.
is,
They've had a mare.
they're talking about top four this, and now Arteta out, owners like like every 2 weeks it changes. They just don't learn. They just don't learn.
They made a signing. They signed a kid from Colorado Rapids, a defender. What are you talking about?
Who?
Austin something, a defender from Colorado Rapids. They signed him. But wait a minute. Also, the owners are in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's going to even trigger them even more because their point is why is Kroenke's team so successful outside of our team? Why can't we be like that? Which actually Arsenal's in the mud, man. Arsenal's been in the mud for a long time, which is actually funny because they change up like every single week and they just don't learn. Because if they go and beat, like, I don't know, what's the next upcoming fixtures? If they go win the next 2 games, they'll be like, oh, top four this, top for that. The next thing you know, the Arteta out, flipping out. It just changes every freaking week. But yeah,
what I like, somebody said about I think a Tottenham fan tweeted it. Was who did Tottenham beat? When Tottenham beat Leicester, they compared when Arsenal scored in the last minute against Crystal Palace. They all jumped in the crowd. When Tottenham scored in the last minute against Leicester, they took the ball back to the centre circle and scored again. I felt that was quite funny.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, the celebrations against us. It seemed like they won the World Cup when they drew that game, which shows where Arsenal are going as a football club. Like,
can you go back to Gallagher? Can you see him?
Everyone's seeing Arteta in.
Can you see him signing for another season on loan?
I don't think so. Do you see that happen, Patrick?
No chance. That would be the ideal. That would be the ideal thing for us if it could happen. Save us all that money in transfer fee, but I just don't. The thing is, what happens is once the media gets involved in a signing, look how many everybody's hyping up Gallagher, Talk Sport, Sky Sports News. Everyone's talking about Gallagher this, Gallagher for England. There's no chance that one, Tuchel won't want to take a look at him, and two, he's going to want to go back and prove himself at Chelsea. So, I mean, barring like an outrageous loan on our end, I'd love it to happen. Don't get me wrong. I just don't see him staying next season. I just don't see it happening unless I hope Chelsea sign like 3 midfielders during the summertime, like 3 like world-class midfielders where he can't go back there. You know what I mean? So.
So if you have enjoyed the stream, make sure to leave a like. It helps us out massively. And thank you to everyone who's been with us for the last 2.5 hours. I don't know how we spoke about it for 2.5 hours. So I'm happy for JP. He's signed for the club now. I wasn't too sure whether we should sign him, but it's happened. I think there is talent there, and 4 years he's got time. He's got time to settle, and I just like his class. To be fair, off the field, like even the photo that I just showed. There's like a class player. I love his confidence as well. Watford must be going down surely as well. So what do you think about Norwich? No one's mentioned Norwich, and they were like literally doomed to go down a couple months ago. We're talking about why have they even got promoted? What's the point? And now Dean Smith has come in and has done a fantastic job.
I like them to stay up. I want to beat them obviously in the next match we play them in, but after that they can win a bunch of matches because I have no problem with Norwich. I mean, they're a locally owned team with Delia Smith. They don't spend a lot of money. They spent a lot of money, I think, during the summertime. They had to, but they got an American player in their team, and Josh Sargent scored a nice couple of goals. And I've never had a problem with Norwich as a club. So they're not a big time club you want to hate. So as long as we beat them in our next league match, I don't really care how they do. So I like them to stay up because I'd rather them stay up than a team that like Newcastle all that money to spend, or even Burnley now have a new owner. They got money to spend. So. No, I'd love for a team like that to stay up because they're like us. I mean, I know I've been there. Yo-yo clubs, that's what Pats have been for years. So they get another year in the Premier League. Good for them. So I'd have no problem Norwich staying up. As long as we beat them, I'm happy.
Yeah, Brad says Gallagher needs to start most games for Chelsea as World Cup. I
That's
think
a good point.
As it's the World Cup, yeah, he'll start more.
Winter World Cup, yeah.
Seek says Roy's too stubborn. I don't think Watford is going down. Honestly, Desi
No.
says Arsenal get rid of Wenger because of only making top four all the time with no ambition to win the league, but now trying to get top four. What was the point of getting rid of Wenger in the first place? Banter club.
Banter
It was
club.
like Man United and Ferguson, wasn't it? Where have they been since he left? You know, they're both long-term managers. There's no long-termism in football now, is there? Hopefully, we'll have a bit of long-termism with Vieira.
Yeah, with Vieira. Exactly.
How long do you think he'll stay with us for, realistically, before somebody like City or Arsenal or Man United?
Wasn't there reports recently saying maybe Man City are looking at Vieira as Pep's replacement? When
would
Pep
make sense because that's where he started. So that's where he learned. That's where he learned his trade there. So it would make sense.
How long do you see Vieira staying for then?
I think it depends on what you just said, Man City's situation and also Arsenal's. If they keep their manager for a couple more years, we'll keep him. He's not going to leave to go to Europe, let's say. He's not going to go back to France. So it's going to be Premier League. So no teams make sense besides City and Arsenal. So it really depends on those two managers. If Arteta sticks around, he can go to, leaves, he can go to Arsenal. And if Pep leaves Man City, it makes sense for him to go there. But again, I really hope we get him for at least 2 more seasons after this. So 3 years max, I would say.
Oliver says, don't think any team other than Ipswich hate Norwich.
Nice good point. Exactly. Yeah.
Brad says, PS, I live in Norwich now. Lord, they think they're going to beat us. Well, it's not in Norwich. I'm telling you now, Hartlepool think they're going to beat us. And we're going to be talking about that tomorrow. I've spoken to a Hartlepool player, and they're too confident for my liking. They are way too confident for my liking. They're looking forward to frustrating Wilf. They're looking forward to a lot of things, man. So our next game is looking difficult based on what they think they can do to us.
Well, look at us against lower league clubs. Colchester got beat by them. Grimsby, we only just but
you can't take the context out. You're missing a massive point. He was our manager. How did
different managers, right? Different players, yeah. Don't jinx it.
That's not my point. My point is that there are no easy games.
No, there aren't. I agree with that, but don't jinx us.
No, I'm just saying don't get overconfident.
No, Hartlepool already are, so we're not overconfident. He said Hartlepool's overconfident. That's good. They underestimate us.
See, the phone's gone back
if they weren't confident, then they'll be scared. Because there have been recently they beat a League One side and a Championship side. So I think that's where they're getting the confidence from. So there have been teams above them in the league, and to be fair, they're not doing that well in the league. So I don't.
They've only came out in the National League a couple of seasons ago. They beat Bromley in the playoffs on their way up, and I saw them play. They play nice football.
They play threat about.
But you know, it's the magic in the cup. When last time we won the cup, we played 1990. We had Rochdale on the way at home. We beat them. We only scraped past them 1-0.
They haven't won a game though. They haven't won a game since January 8th, since the cup game. They haven't won a game Hartlepool since they beat Blackpool. So they're not playing really well right now.
Yeah, we should beat them. If
20
we lose
minutes
against them, I'll be frustrated. What's that?
20 minutes to get this Plange over.
Are we worried it's not going to happen?
Are we worried? Are you worried? I love that, Nick.
It's like I'm now feeling like in a game, you know, when you 1-0 up and there's 20 minutes to go, 15 minutes to go.
You know what it feels like? We're 5-0 up and we might concede.
Exactly. We might give up a goal. Exactly.
If we
do, we do. Yeah, if we do, we do. It's it's no big deal. We're still gonna win.
If we were to describe this transfer window so far, I'll say we're up 4-0 in a game, and we could go for 5, or we could just sit back for the 4. And even if we concede a goal, nothing's gonna happen. So it's been that type of transfer window. It's comfortable. I don't think you can ever add worry to it because we haven't had anything to worry about. We've got the squad. We don't even need to get him. If we get him, is a surplus. But it seemed like it should have been announced by now, which he hasn't, which is a confusion. But I don't know what they're waiting for. Maybe it has been done. Is it done? Is it not done? I'm just confused.
I think some people are more worried about Lucas still being here. Well, getting anybody in.
Do you think he'll be gone in the summer?
That is interesting. Oh, definitely.
Huh?
Yeah, definitely.
What about Gyro? Because he's not
Okay.
involved as well.
I'll tell you right now. Let's do that now. So leaving in the summer.
Yeah, let's do that now. Summer.
Gyro.
Yeah.
Kelly. Luca.
Tompkins.
Can I finish, please?
Oh, sorry. I thought you was telling me the place.
Let me start again.
Yeah.
Gyro. Kelly. Kuyate. I had another player. Are you?
Girls. Yeah.
Really?
Are you? I had another one. I forgot. You see, when you interrupt me before, you mess me up.
Did you say Luca or did you say Tompkins?
No, I don't think Thompson's gonna leave, but Luca's gonna leave.
Oh, no.
I don't think Thompson's gonna leave. I think Kelly will leave. I think Kuyate will leave. Luca. Are you? Yeah, that's it. So 4 players.
What about you, Nick?
I think Ward will go
Ooh, that's a huge shout.
because he's getting on a bit and he'll want to. I don't think he'll cut it next season. Much as I
Huge
love
shout.
him,
Huge
much as it's
shout.
probably.
Wow.
I think perhaps, although we said we don't want to lose the money, Big Techie might go. If he's tempted, he might want. Last couple of years of his playing career, he might want a big payday like Kuyate going out to Saudi. As you said, he might want to go to China, somewhere like that. Gyro perhaps might go.
I got one more. Oh, go ahead.
Go.
Nathaniel Klein will go. For sure. He
Yeah.
doesn't play.
Is there any reason why he's not being played, do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird. I mean, Wardy hasn't had a bad season, but there's been games where he has struggled, and you think Kleiny would be his actual backup there, and give him some competition. But he hasn't actually. He played what game did he play? He came on as in a Millwall game. Yeah, he came on as a Millwall game.
Came on as a winger.
Yeah, Millwall game. But plays out contract. Kuyate, Tompkins. I don't, because sometimes the club doesn't even update it. So it's
Right, go ahead.
Kelly,
Kuyate, Tompkins, Kelly, right.
Klein, Ayu.
Yep.
Schlupp it ain't. I'm pretty sure. I'm certain. Yak. And
Yak.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
that's
gonna be
it.
there till I retire, mate.
Yak is
Like,
done.
Garvin,
Yeah,
I'll be
Klein
in
played
on
against
with
Man
you.
United as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good
I think
point though. If Tompkins out of contract, he might leave. Why would you sign him back? I wouldn't sign him back. So that's a good shout. If Sign's out of contract, I mean Tompkins, he's definitely going to go too. I wouldn't sign him back. What's the point? Save that money, get a younger player in, younger centre half. Interesting, Tompkins. I didn't realize he's out of contract. Wow.
Do you think one of the goalies will go?
Someone said in the chat, Guaita, but you know
Oh,
what to
Vicente.
get Sam Johnston in. I like to get him from West Brom.
Yeah. Vicente's contract runs out in 2023, so not this summer, next summer.
He's 35. He'll just turned 35. He just turned 35.
Can we see us potentially cashing in for Vicente? I don't know how much value he's got. Could that be a scenario in the summer? You're on mute, Patrick. That is brilliant.
So again, Butland's 29 in March. So, I mean,
yeah, that's you think.
I mean,
it makes sense for him to go.
50
more minutes, Luke. Where are you?
Did you hear my Sam Johnston comment, or was that muted also?
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, that would be. I'd like to get him in. I don't know if he's coming.
You reckon you have interest from other clubs though?
But they're struggling to get promoted. Yeah, I think like middle range clubs like us would be after him. Like a West Ham possibly. No, I should say the middle, because they're actually going to be a top 6 side. So West Ham will be in for them. Who else might be in for him? He's not a top 10 goalie, but he's a mid-level.
He's not going to come cheap though.
So 11.
I
love how you muted yourself again.
You know what I did? You know what I did? My phone is right next to the mouse, and it keeps falling on top of it. I apologize. I didn't say nothing. Anyway. It doesn't matter. I said nothing interesting.
Yourself. That is funny. But Jack Butland, he's not young, and surely he would want to play next season. And if he doesn't get game time, then when is it going to be? Because he's going to turn 30 years old. I don't think a goalkeeper should be our priority going in the summer. I think CDM.
Yes.
I think we can all agree on that.
and the
And
Gallagher replacement. If it's not Eze.
I think it will be Eze.
Yeah. So
Don't you think so? It makes sense for it to be Eze.
I would make sense. It would make
But
sense.
then we still need more midfielders. Well, we mentioned CDM, maybe more depth because Jairo and Luca is not there. So maybe more midfielders that can actually change the game.
Yes.
Back up left back?
Yes, definitely. Great shout.
Back up left back?
And maybe a backup right back.
Are there any other 23?
Maybe Woody can take that role. We've seen that he can do it as a back. Like, I think he can do it as a backup. He started all these games, so I think Woody can take that role if he's still staying at the club. I think he will do anyways, unless he wants to play first team football, which is not going to be for a Premier League club. I don't see that happening. So if Woody can be back up to Ferguson, that'll be all right on the right side.
The way Woody's been looking as he's going forward, especially drifting diagonally across the field, you'd almost think that he'd be better off as a CDM, which is where he was when he started playing for us, when he was still in Lapis.
No.
Yeah.
I remember he actually played for us CDM. I think was it under on the Pulis? Was it, or who was it under?
But it was definitely. I remember on the old Homestyle Radio shows, Patrick, we were talking about Ward being a very versatile player who could play in a number of positions.
Yeah, left back, right back, centre half, right, centre midfield, defensive midfield. Yeah, all over the place. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think going forward for Woody, I said it years ago. It's going to have to be central. He hasn't got the legs, but I think he's got the IQ to be a solid defender through the middle. I don't think CDM works for him because I don't know about you guys. I don't think he's got the technical abilities to be a CDM, especially with the passing, etc. But maybe as a backup centre back, maybe
just pass it back.
Look at that Brighton goal again. Look at his passing in that Brighton. Look at his passing and his positioning in the build-up to that Brighton goal again. Tell me that.
It was good. It was good.
Yeah. We got Seek saying CDM, centre mid, left back, centre back, and a left winger as well.
What?
So yeah, back up.
Left wing.
I think that's new. He's got us mixed up with Newcastle TV.
No, you ain't.
Left wing.
Yeah.
So you don't want to place
Zaha.
Raksaki out there. You don't put Zaha out there, right? You don't want Zaha or Raksaki or Eze. Obviously, Ayew will be gone. So interesting shout, left wing. I don't know if that would work for me. You don't want to put Edouard out there. Edouard can go out there if he doesn't play. Interesting, left wing. I don't have a problem with CDM and I don't have a problem with the other ones necessarily, but I don't know if we're gonna get. That's 5 players.
Let's just say this: we can improve on CDM. No. We can improve
doubt.
on the left wing if we want. If in the left wing, if we want, but you don't need it. I think other positions are way more priority. I don't think the club will even look at left wing. In all honesty, El Adhan asks, "Is Will Hughes good enough
to do what?
Yeah.
To play goalie? Nah, he's not a good goalie.
to sing?" Because to play football, he's
What do you call him? What do you call him? The blonde what?
The blonde Iniesta. Yeah, he's blonde Iniesta.
he's all right.
Todd Cantwell joins Bournemouth on loan for the rest of the season. Dan Byrne has also announced, so Brighton have lost him.
That's brilliant.
He's announced to
Brighton lost a
Newcastle.
player. That's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Well, they've got money as well now.
Big,
Mitchell
tall
Nurse. Sarr for Palace and Watford go down. Remember the transfer rumours before? There were
Oh my
transfer
God,
rumours.
Sarr's been linked with us for years. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been
really
linked with us for years.
Sarr.
But I don't.
Yeah.
They wanted lots. They wanted 30 million.
We've
got 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes. Where is this Plange guy? Plange. Where are you?
I thought Todd Cantwell was pretty good. Why is he leaving Norwich for Bournemouth?
I don't think he's really had that many opportunities at Norwich after a while. He was very good for them before. But
something going on there. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. He doesn't get any look in at. It's weird.
He's a good player, though. He's a very good player. He used to play with one of my friends, so in the academy levels, and also in Norwich's. Not this season, of course. The season before, when they got promoted, he played an important role. I thought he was very good. So surprised. I think we were linked with him as well. A couple of transfer windows ago. Not anything serious, but I've definitely heard of his name being linked with Palace as well. I'm confused. Have we got any new players? Well, we have technically Jon Fleet. If he lost that, in fact, let me change the Jon Fleet signs. Let me change the actual graphic. Jon Fleet is not a rumor; it's official. Jon Fleet. He signed a 4.5-year deal. So
and of course, Killian Phillips. We've got
Killian Phillips as well. He joined the academy.
Oh, Killian Phillips, yeah.
And we're waiting for Plange.
You know what? If you're gonna mention an academy player, did we sign another academy player that went professional? a young kid.
Oh yeah. There were academy players who went professional. What are you trying to
Right.
bring them out right now?
Well, you were. You talk about Killian Phillips. I guess he's not really on the same level as him. So
Yeah, but
Joshua
for us.
Aday joined the U18.
Oh,
You didn't mention that.
He didn't sign a professional contract.
Yeah, you didn't mention that Adlam Nascimento signed a professional contract with us.
Yeah, you're right. I talked about
You
signings.
didn't mention that James Taylor went out. James Taylor went out on loan to Tunbridge. You didn't mention that. You mentioned James Taylor going out on loan?
Who?
Tunbridge? James Taylor,
Who?
under 23 player. James Taylor.
We literally
under 23 player went out on loan on the 15th of January.
Did he just go out on loan like 10 minutes ago?
2 weeks ago.
Oh. No, I didn't mention that.
If you're gonna do it, you gotta do this right, D. Come on.
Yeah,
come on,
I'm sorry for everyone not mentioning James Taylor. He went out on loan to Tunbridge. 2 levels below my Sunday League club. I'm sorry. It's game changing. It's game changing.
You mentioned Montez. You mentioned J. Rich Bagley. How could you forget James Taylor? That's disrespectful, man. Seriously.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean.
You did mention Montez switching Belgium team. Did you not mention that?
Yeah.
The American kid. So you got to mention. Come on, James Taylor's on the same level.
Sorry, but that's why you're here, Patrick. See, you got it right.
Yeah,
See,
fill in the gaps.
You just came right in and let us.
Am I on mute? Am I on mute?
Yeah, you are.
No.
Need a young version of Maka to come through as well.
Yes.
Do we need the Maka replacement? I don't think that we got Will Hughes.
I don't know. I like that. I think a younger version of Maka would be something nice.
Just looking at the Derby Telegraph. Crystal Palace are closing in on a deal to sign Luke Plange from Derby County.
We've been named this guy everything but his real name.
I know.
Plange.
It is understood the Eagles are confident of wrapping up the move ahead of the 11 p.m. deadline, and the plan is to send it back to Derby. Confusion has reigned as to whether
we're allowed to, right?
Given Derby are under a transfer embargo, but Derbyshire Live understands the EFL will grant his return, providing his salary does not increase as part of the move to Selhurst Park.
So yeah, the report that came out about an hour ago is pretty much that.
Yeah.
So his wages can increase. I think Hughes is Max's replacement. So I think Hughes is Max's. I think the club even said that. Hughes said saw that months ago. That Hughes could be Max's replacement. I think he might be an Athletic, maybe. I don't know who reported that.
So we need a Kiyate and Luca replacements then, don't we?
So CDM, that's it, man. CDM,
right, we need a
CDM.
Yeah.
I know this might sound sort of contraire, but Maka has been the surprise of the season, although I'm not surprised on reflection, if that makes sense. He's
been the surprise of the season.
He's played really well. I agree.
You know what I'm worried about? I just didn't want to get there, but I was worried about Maka in the first place, even at the start of the season, because he was playing very good, but the type of football that we play and the intensity that we play with, he's not young. It's going to have a toll on him if you keep playing that week in, week out.
Well,
he got injured now. He got injured. Yeah. So going forward, do you think slowly we're going to see the peak of Maka? Or because he's not young as well?
It was a big decision for him to quit international football, wasn't it? I think that enabled him to carry on and have those breaks where there was international breaks rather than playing all through the year.
Right.
I think that was crucial to help him carry on playing at the intensity that he has done. Because without the breaks, if he's on international duty as well, I think he would have finished 2 years earlier. I really do.
So should we quick have a roundup before we end this? Luke, Plange, Plum, whatever he's called. He's still not here yet. Plange, that works, doesn't it?
Plan G.
Plan G, yeah, Plan G.
Plange. Just leave it as Plange.
Let's leave it as Plange. Luke Plange. He hasn't joined yet. And God knows when it's going to be announced. But, I don't think it's going to be announced in the next 4 minutes. But just looking at Premier League transfers that's been completed so far and seeing our rivals, seeing what they've done compared to what we've done. Let me get it out right now. And then we can...
Anybody sign Chalov?
Nope. Surprise.
Joke.
Surprise. He's just
I need Chalov. I don't get it. How can we not sign
And I
Chalov?
want Shalov.
I need Chalov.
In fact, he looked Russian. 22. Look, here we go. I got this up. I don't know if this is up to date. I'll be honest with you guys. So these are all the signings so far. Let me share the screen before we head off. It's been a long stream, nearly 3 hours long. I don't know how we've done it in this window out of all windows. If it's been any other window, literally, then this, it would have been so much. Like, we had so much to talk about, but we didn't have to do much, and we didn't do much as well. But let me quickly share this. If you don't know, Phil. So can you guys see this? So I don't know how up to date this is, but this is Arsenal's business.
There you go. Austin Trusty. That's the kid right there. Austin Trusty.
Lino. They signed the Lino. I don't know what he's going to do. Aston Villa, Coutinho, Digne, Olsen, Callum Chambers. So they've got experienced players in their group and learned out lots of players. Brentford, Christian Eriksen. And they got some other names as well. I don't know if they're half decent or not. So I'm not going to lie here. Talk about them. Brighton. Who on earth have they signed? From Bailey Clark from Whitehawk. Dennis Undev,
striker.
So that's who Brighton have signed. Nothing. Burnley. That's a good signing.
Only one.
Yeah.
You signed that one player, that one tall striker. That's all they got.
Yeah.
They're going down.
Are they planning to go down? Do you think?
But he's a good striker though. On paper, he's a very good striker. I think that's a solid signing for Burnley. And plus, they're getting for cheaper than Chris Wood, so they still made a bit of money from Chris Wood.
Yeah, I get that, but that's only one player with the team. I mean, all right. I mean,
also signed absolutely nobody. Oh, this is up to date because look, Johan Philippe is confirmed. Johan Philippe and Kylian Phillips for us.
James Taylor's on that list. Isn't that amazing? Look at that.
Tonbridge Angels. Yeah, he has Tonbridge Angels.
Big time.
Everton, El Ghazi, Donny van de Beek. Oh, they haven't announced. They still haven't announced. What's his name? Dele Alli. They still haven't announced him. Nathan Patterson as well. Nathan Patterson is meant to be a solid player. Donny van de Beek, of course, we were linked with him. So Everton are turning into the new West Ham, basically. Leeds.
Nobody.
One signing, Fernandes. Wow. Leicester, nobody. Liverpool, Luis Diaz.
That's good player.
Good player. Man City, Julian Alvarez from River
Plate. For the future. Good striker for the future.
Man United, nobody.
Newcastle,
wow. Everybody.
Wait, they only signed only 5 players. I thought it was more than that for some reason.
Chris Wood.
30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Yeah. Matt Target, Dan Burn. Norwich, nobody. That's a surprise. You'd think Norwich would sign players. And then Southampton, Caballero. He played against us as well. Tottenham
didn't sign. Only signed 2 players. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to struggle for the top.
They're going to piss off Conte quicker than I thought. Anyways, Watford brought in a couple of players from Italy, France as well, Holland.
Interesting.
And then you got West Ham. Nobody.
Wow, that's also another surprise.
Exactly. I thought they were bringing a striker.
Yeah,
Wolves haven't. Interesting. Wolves haven't actually signed it. That's it. There's no real big names apart from Newcastle. Their window is officially closed.
Is it?
It's closed. We have only signed 1 player in this window, loaned up a bunch of academy players who we didn't expect to play or have any major contribution. Oh, we signed someone. Oh my days, we just announced him. Luke.
Nah, just make sure it's not the fake one.
No, it's not the fake one. Look, we signed him.
Sure.
What? Last second.
Yeah. It's fun.
Last second, right before it's confirmed.
He's wearing the shirt. He's wearing the shirt. Look. He's wearing the shirt. Hold on.
Let's see. Hold up. I'm going to share it right now.
He's wearing the shirt already.
He looks very happy.
He does.
Finally, it's confirmed. Welcome to Palace. Jeez. Can you guys see my screen?
No, but what are you sharing at?
No.
1.25
Luke and Derby all the best for the campaign.
What's great. What a nice club we are.
Luke Plange has joined Crystal Palace on a 3.5-year deal from Derby County.
Ooh.
The 19-year-old forward has committed his services to the club until summer 2025, but will return to Derby on loan until the end of the season. Plange signed so I'm trying to find a different way to say it. Plange signed for Patrick Vieira's first team after making his professional debut in December 2021, featuring for the rounds against Bristol City, who Palace bought Yannick Bolasie from. He then started his first game in the next fixture and scored the only goal in the win against Blackpool. He came through the ranks with Arsenal's academy and made 9 senior appearances in his career, being nominated for December's PFA Championship Player of the Month. That's a big part. Making 9 senior appearances. So maybe, £1 million isn't that, is a good deal. Whether there'll be sell-on clause, who knows?
Right.
Speaking of Palace TV, after putting pen to paper, Plange said, I'm very excited to be joining a big Premier League club. Palace big Premier League club now, come on.
We are massive.
Yeah, we are.
Obviously, I'll be with Derby fighting for them in the Championship at the moment, but I will be ready to go back to Crystal Palace in the summer and get ready to go. Chairman Steve, the boss Parish, added, Luke is an exceptionally talented young footballer, and one we hope will bring a range of attributes to the club in the years to come. But first, he has an important role to fulfill at Derby and appreciates the significance to them in their current circumstances. It is less than 12 years ago that our club was in a similar situation. As a result, we were determined to ensure both clubs benefit through this deal. Therefore, Luke will return on loan for the remainder of the season and help Derby with their important battles on and off the pitch. If and when Patrick Vieira goes, we look forward to welcoming Wayne Rooney to take over as part of the deal. I'm lying about that last bit.
You don't you dare. Don't you dare say that last part.
Wow,
Wayne Rooney taking over.
It's confirmed. Just right on time.
Yes.
Why did we have to wait till 11?
Wow,
Jesus,
it's interesting. Wait till the last minute. Why would Palace do that?
Last minute. Why
Why would they do that? Interesting.
Better than
once
Kevin
again,
Doyle.
Once again,
Doyle.
Dougie Friedman going to the Championship and trying to find these gems. So far, he has succeeded.
I like
with
it.
Eze, with
Like,
Lisa.
can we just show a bit of love for Dougie because he got coated so much.
Yeah, he's done
So
wonders
much.
as
He's
director.
done a very good
Okay.
job.
There you
Very
go,
good
man.
job. Up the Dugster.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
And,
done a very good job, and hopefully, based on his track record so far, you'd think that he'll be another quality player. He's been huge for us.
Yep.
That's what Tony
Yep.
was saying as well. Doug has been huge for Palace, and 100% agree. But that's it. The window is officially closed. We have announced our last signing that we've been waiting on for the last maybe 3 hours. We literally waited until 11 o'clock.
We signed 2 players. Come on. 2 strikers.
Come on.
Let's go.
Champions League
Let's go.
football. Let's go. Champions League football coming up.
Conference League.
All right. What's your rating so far? Now is it 7 out of 10?
6.5
It's gone
out
up
of
to
10.
7.5.
Yeah, mine's 6.5. 6.5.
We'll be back tomorrow. We're going to be live for the Palace Focus, looking ahead to our game and talking a bit more about Palace in general rather than transfers. I was going to lie, I say it's been an exciting transfer window. It's been one of the most boring transfer windows that we've ever had. And that's for a good reason. And we didn't need to go bring in players. We brought in, one player and also signed another player on a permanent deal. So overall, I think it's been a solid business, and we've got another youngster. So let's see what happens. Hopefully Luke carries on his form at Derby and then comes back to Palace and kicks it on for us. But tomorrow we'll be back. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe so you don't miss out on future Palace content. And also, if you have enjoyed the stream, make sure to leave a like. Thank you to everyone who joined us in this stream. We've appreciated it all. I don't know how on earth we spoke about 3 hours on transfer deadline day with literally nothing going on, but we managed to do it. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Until tomorrow,